Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of Off the Mat, your new wrestling obsession. And we got a great show for you tonight. And we're going to start off hot and heavy with the hot takes right off the rip. Because tonight we're talking about, of course, going to start off with the shoot, our rant alert. We're going to talk about the releases of the New Day, as well as the MFTs, Jeff Cobb, and basically what's going on with TKO and them wanting talent to take pay cuts, 50% pay cut,
and want to put more money into their accounts. I don't understand.
Who's the big name that nobody wants to mention that they're asking to take a pay cut? I have a theory on who it is. It's the guy whose name is going around right now that everybody thinks has been released, that was supposed to work a program with Gunther 2 weeks ago on Raw and then has subsequently disappeared.
We're not sure. We're not saying he's released, but we're saying that
I'm not saying he's released at all. I'm saying that Mr. One LA Knight is who I think they're asking to take a 50% pay cut, and they're going to keep him off TV till they get their answer for it.
Yep.
And I think honestly, I saw the article you linked earlier today where they're saying, oh, well, these cuts happened long ago. And I don't think that's the case, because a lot of these people were just on TV the week before they got cut. But I definitely think when it comes to Los Angeles Knight, they might have cut him and just aren't letting it known because they're facing so much backlash from the IWC and around the pro wrestling community for everybody they've released so far. And
I hope not. Like I said, we're not saying he is because we don't know what the true nature is, but it's kind of fishy on what happened, transpired, because Gunther's now facing Cody.
I think that's the writing on the wall. Is how do you go from Gunther working a supposed program with LA Knight to now Gunther showing up on SmackDown Friday night?
And another thing too is kind of odd. I know that Roman Reigns is doing the whole bloodline thing again. We're getting somewhat bloodline 2.0, 3.0, whatever you want to call it. But wasn't it in the cards where Gunther was supposed to face Roman Reigns? He was supposed to face Roman Reigns. There was supposed to be a story with that. They're changing things left and right. And like I said, these pay cuts are really paying its toll, because where's the stories? You have no people to have stories with. You just have a handful of guys that are now the only remaining members of the wrestling community. The roster's cut. Yeah, you brought up some new talent, but it's going to be a while before the new talent can reach a status of some of the wrestlers that were released. And it's unfortunate that a lot of the wrestlers that were released, underused, big names that were great on the indie scene, great in other wrestling companies, to only be friggin' put in the back pegs of the wrestling community here in WWE, which really sucks. And I have friends that are telling me that they're giving up watching WWE because they're tired of all the bullshit of what TKO is doing, and with how TKO is taking this brand and really destroying it.
Everybody says that, but there's still
I know, but it kind of sucks because, come on, the excitement that we have with WWE, we talk about all wrestling, but at the same time, it just sucks, Well, listen,
Smack Talker Skywalker says, so if you've been signing a contract, let's say, for example, a year or two ago, and TKO basically says, nah, screw that. We want to restructure your contract by 50%. That's stupid as hell. I'd be like, hell no.
Of course.
I mean, yeah, New Day just signed a new, 3-year, 5-year, something like that deal last year. A year into it, they're asked to restructure. Roman Reigns supposedly signed a new deal right before WrestleMania. They're asking him to restructure now, apparently. And they don't care, walk. And they just did that to the New Day. And we talked about it on Saturday. Unfortunately, you guys couldn't be here with me, but I went live Saturday and we talked about the New Day release and how crazy it was. And these are company guys, and they've been company guys. They've towed the line.
Yep.
They've done everything that's asked for them. You gave Kofi Kingston a stupid Jamaican gimmick, and he did the best he could do with it, even if he couldn't keep a accent to save his life. Woods, you tasked Woods to start Up, Down, Down, your YouTube channel, and he killed that and was in charge of all the WWE video games. Him and Tyler Breeze were consultants on the WWE 2K games. And there's a lot of rumors going around now that they are trying to retain Woods for a video game thing, what they're calling the Tyler Breeze deal. But I honestly think Woods would be stupid to take that deal. Go to AEW, go make your money. You're going to, and their releases are going to be up right in time for, I think it's All Out in Wembley.
Well, apparently
in July. So you're right there, man. You're 90 days. Go make your money, man.
Another thing too is, all kidding aside, the rumors that are really floating around is that, they're not done with the cuts. And there's a possibility, like we're talking about, a big name that could possibly be let go or released because they don't want to comply with what the TKO wants.
Sid Comrade said, I'm not sticking up for TKO by any means, but other than Rumble and Mania, how many PLEs have the New Day been on in the last few years? That's a creative problem. That's not a New Day problem.
Exactly.
New Day had they got stale. When they got all put together, they got stale. Who is the guy that they put with New Day that was there for like 2 weeks and then got fired because of domestic violence allegations? Odyssey Jones.
Odyssey Jones.
Odyssey Jones.
But
you were going to say Keith Lee, weren't you?
I was going to say Keith Lee.
Odyssey Jones. So they had Odyssey Jones, who was going to be the Big E replacement because Big E broke his neck when Rich Holland dropped him on his head.
Which Rich Holland turned around and says, "Please don't blame me for the release of New Day."
And so they worked that gimmick. They were getting stale without Big E, and then they had one of the greatest heel turns in WWE. And Triple H could have ran with that, but creative dropped the ball. They left New Day sit in the back room. They completely disintegrated and wiped their ass of their entire tag team division across both brands. And then you turn the New Day heel. You don't do anything with it. Then you decide to turn John Cena heel a few months later, and that didn't work out either. Nope. And then now, the New Day spends 6 months in mourning for the tag team division, and then you put him with Grayson Waller. That dude might as well just be considered a cancer because Austin Theory couldn't get over with Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller couldn't get over on his own.
But unfortunately, Grayson Waller is actually a good talent. It's just that but you know what? Another thing too is you can't blame him. You got to blame creative on that too. It's creative. These characters and these personas that these wrestlers are going through, it's creative. How do you diminish the tag team division and not have a good tag team division? You got great tag teams that were there that they didn't utilize. The people in the back, finally on Monday night, the Creed brothers are now part of Americano now.
But they're in masks. You're basically redoing. Why are we rehashing the same shit? You're bringing the bloodline back, and the bloodline isn't doing shit. We're 3 weeks into the bloodline. That shit's boring. You got Jimmy and Jay showing up on Raw going, we're here to make sure everything's 100. We're here to make sure everything's copacetic. We're here to make sure shit don't get popped off and Jacob Fatu don't get out of hand. And then Jacob Fatu is out there, puts the tongue and death grip on Roman Reigns, and the Usos are nowhere to be found.
Exactly. Twice, 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, the Usos are not there. So
not even in the main event segment.
Something is actually brewing that. And you know what? Smack Talk Skywalker. Yeah, innocent. Odyssey Jones was innocent after a give or take of what happened to domestic violence thing, but it's WWE has a habit of really TKO. There's a lot going on brewing, and like TKO, I think they're just trying to sabotage their own brand to make the money, and I think
it does seem that way.
I think the WWE is definitely going to go bon voyage. I think the Saudis are definitely going to buy WWE, and in the mix could be Vince McMahon sitting back there to reclaim his prize. But it's crazy. Like I said, we could talk to a blue in the face about all these releases and all these things, and it sucks because as a brand, and all three of us here as a brand, we love the WWE. We talk about it more than the other brands, and mind you, we love wrestling, but WWE is our bread and butter, who we love and who we enjoy. And for them to take that brand and run it through the mud and take it down to a point where it's like, you discussed it, man. We don't want to be talking negative about anything. We're going to be talking great wrestling. Oh, that show was great last night. Or did you see that match? It's like, you don't want to wake up and look at your phone to saying TKO released who's Roman Reigns, just for argument's sake, Roman Reigns. It's like, are you kidding me? But the way things are going, that could be a lot more of the truth down the road than we realize, because the way they are doing things and making all the bullshit they're doing, it sucks.
And I feel bad for Woods and all this, because Woods literally took a turd and polished it up and made something out of nothing. That man was in WWE for so many years, and yeah, he got King of the Ring, but he never got a chance to hold a singles title. He never got an Intercontinental Championship. He never got a United States Championship. He never got a chance to hold anything other than a WWE Tag Team Championship. He didn't even get a Speed Championship, for God's sakes, or the 24/7 Championship when it was there.
The World Championship for 15 minutes.
Yeah, Kofi had it for like a month, and then he ran into the big wall of Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Might as well say, for all intents and purposes, Brock Lesnar pissed on him, because we know that he's got that kind of fetish going.
It's sad that that we're seeing this happen, and it's like, what's gonna happen is that they're gonna freaking shove their foot so far up their asses that AEW, if they pick up a lot of the talent, we joke about AEW, directions and that, but they have a lot of stuff that's going for them, and it's like people. I know a lot of people that they're
seizing opportunity. They're doing what we've been saying the last couple of weeks. If Tony Khan can get in his bathtub, take his action figures, play out a cohesive story, and put it on TV, there's opportunity there for AEW, and they're doing that, and it's great work. Now, I'm tired of all the open challenges. I'm tired of all the gimmick matches. I don't know why. We just had a Wheeler Yuta hair versus hair match. I don't know why now all of a sudden we need an MJF versus Darby Allin hair versus title match, but whatever. Woods and Kofi should go to AEW, and right off the bat, Woods and the New Day versus FTR over there, the New Day versus the Young Bucks.
Yep. It's gonna be big.
Woods versus Kenny Omega. There's so many matches there that are going to be big money matches. And,
exactly.
WWE has no problem asking their top stars to take a pay cut. Like I think Smack Talker Skywalker said, I heard they asked Roman Reigns to restructure his contract as well. Yeah. After rumor has it, he just signed a new one right before WrestleMania. Yep. So, and TKO can't even tell the truth. Like, we don't even know what's going on because there's so many different stories out there. And now the latest one is, TKO asked these people to take price cuts, and they're doing it because when they took over the company, they didn't do big releases last year. So now they're just kind of making up for it. And TKO said, okay, this is a number we have to hit. SmackDown's going from 3 hours to 2 hours. Who do you not have creative for that we can release? Handed those marching orders down to Triple H and Tony, not Tony Khan, but Nick Khan. And that's why we're seeing the releases we're seeing. And then, sorry, we can't pay the talent, the people who put asses in the seats, but we can give our CEOs a big fucking raise.
And Triple H,
whose ass has never been in a wrestling ring, can go from making $3 million last year to $8 million this year. What are we doing? How are Nick Khan, no shot at Tony, how are Nick Khan and Triple H doing anything to get the fans excited when they're not the talent? And I said it on Friday or Saturday when the New Day got released. The only reason they let the New Day walk is because they got a new shiny toy in Javon Evans. So they got that new high flyer guy that can give you all the Royal Rumble spots and cool Royal Rumble saves that Kofi Kingston used to give you. And he's younger and they can get more miles out of him.
Hey, Brandon, you know what? I'm looking at your thing. Gunther, I think they're talking about Gunther winning the belt. You know, there's a lot of things saying that they want to put the belt on Gunther. That we could definitely have a different champion. That's why they moved into SmackDown. You know, they wanted to rekindle the feud that they had back in Crown Jewel that he lost to Cody. So
don't have anything else.
There's nothing else because Brock Lesnar is
done. He's done.
He's done. He's
gone. He's no more.
You know, and all the money they're trying to offer him. If they offer him enough money, maybe he might come back. But the way they're doing things and reconstructing things, I don't see him giving him the money that he wants. So,
I think Brock saw the writing on the wall. If I'm being 100% honest, I think Brock saw the writing on the wall. They wanted him to retire to Gunther. He wasn't necessarily ready to retire yet. He wanted to put over Obafemi. And then I think he got word, or his people got word that these new allegations were going to come out from Janelle Grant, and he was going to have more shit thrown his way. And he was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. Wash my hands of it. Walk away. Done deal.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You know what? Hey, look, there's a lot going on outside the ring, which really is, you know, it's sad. You know, we want, like I said, we want to talk about great matches and great feuds and, you know, wrestling and having a good time. You know, and it sucks that we have to talk about this corporate shit, which really, you know, like I keep saying, and I've been saying it for a long time. Corporations are the ruination of things. They take everything they can, and they use you, and they'll get rid of you, discard you, and they don't care. You'll die tomorrow, and they'll replace you in a heartbeat. They don't give a shit, and that's corporations in a nutshell, man. They don't care.
On top of that, did you see the other shit that's going on? That all of these reaction channels are losing.
Yes.
Does WWE reaction videos are losing their channels? They're losing everything they've put into this all of a sudden. But yet WWE has no problem using their reactions on TV.
Exactly. Because now, hey, look, I understand that's the property content of the company. I understand that. But at the same time, that kind of sucks because those channels that did their review, their reaction videos and stuff like that, put asses in seats, brought more people into the product than ever before, and you're gonna send a disclaimer and freaking file a lawsuit against a channel that's been helping your brand and making the company a whole more exciting.
Yeah, they're way in debt, and so it's like, well, are the creditors all of a sudden coming out of nowhere and be like, all right, we need payment now, pay up.
Yep.
Yeah, they see him making money. They see him making money
because you
got money.
They just reported record profits. First quarter
that UFC made $48 million, $481 million. Wrestling made $491 million. Made a few more $1 million more than UFC.
Well, yeah, I mean that's understandable. They have more shows, weekly television, PLEs. They're more than just the monthly fight.
And the merchandise. It's a lot of merchandise.
Makes sense.
You know, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't fall in love with any wrestlers that you enjoy to watch because any given day they might be gone. They might be either.
Well, you can if you love them, support them.
Exactly.
Support them for buying T-shirts. Support them from going out when they go indie. Support them any way you can, other than just WWE.
Yo, look at Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is becoming double champions. He's freaking doing great in the indie scene. Him and Scarlett are doing great. And I wish they would come back to it, but I don't think they'll ever come back now to the WWE the way things are until things change. You know, look at Matt Cardona. He came back, all these things, losing, not doing anything.
It's a fucking shame, man. It's a goddamn shame. I'm honestly surprised they didn't cut him. You know, we can't. We're gonna let the New Day walk, but we're gonna just keep the Creed brothers, but we're gonna put them under masks so we can just do the same shit over and over again. We're gonna
believe that.
Natty.
Well,
they need to move Natty to a trainer. She seems to be just doing a lot of training. Like she's training Jacob Fatu for his match against Roman Reigns at Backlash. Move her to a trainer.
Well, actually, she's training. She might be training freaking goddamn, Jada Parker. Yeah, apparently she showed up on NXT. But anyway, look, my thing is
she's been acting as what he's saying is that she's acting as an in-ring trainer.
Yeah.
Put her at the performance center.
Jada Parker, the Dolph Ziggler of females. That's what I'm gonna start calling her, the Dolph Ziggler of females. Unfortunately, she can't ever win the big one.
Dominic Mysterio took a 50% pay cut. He took half.
That's crazy.
What I heard that Dominic did it to stay.
He should. He's a nepo baby.
Exactly.
He absolutely should.
Exactly.
I mean, but I'm sure. Listen, he may have taken a pay cut for his main roster, but I bet you he's probably getting paid from AAA being the mega champion.
A mega champion and his products, his freaking merchandise and stuff like that. Definitely, man. He's gonna make a lot of money.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're saying take a pay cut and they're off. We're not hearing the full extent of the contract. Maybe they're getting more percentage on their merch sales. Their likeness rights from their Cricket Wireless commercials or whatever weird commercials Dominic Mysterio is doing. I know his face is all over Minute Maid, and so is Cody Rhodes and
Minute Maid.
Yeah.
The Minute Maid commercial. I haven't seen that.
Yes,
I know Rhea Ripley was.
Yes.
Smack Talker Skywalker says it's crazy because WWE uses creators' reactions on the video packages they make after like big PLE moments, but now reactors can't react to the show. They're greedy, man. That's not cool. So it's not necessarily TKO going after them. It's a company they hire that handles all that. That's doing it. But TKO should come out and say, look, this needs to stop. We need to work on getting these channels back because some of these people lost everything.
Yeah.
Everything they've put their hard work into.
I watch a lot of the reaction videos of the content creators that do the action videos, and a lot of them are great. A lot of them make like real emotion. Like I said, at the same time, look, what's next? Is it YouTube videos? People who have channels that talk about wrestling is going to be freaking shut down next because they don't have their way because we're disagreeing with what they're doing. And that's gonna be the next thing. They're gonna go through all the channels that people do wrestling content, and if you're negative towards a thing, boom, take you off. Yeah. That's the problem. That was
gonna be kind of my question. Are they taking it down because of the reaction, or they're taking it down because they're using videos
in that because they're using WWE product?
Yeah,
like copyright product.
Yeah, the video.
It's the same reason we were copyright struck before when we were trying to do watch-alongs. And that's why when we do watch-alongs, we have to do it the way we do it, where we just talk over it as we watch it together and kind of explain what's going on. Because I've worked too hard, and now I've worked too hard to build this channel. And now that we've got the wrestling thing going, we as a collective have worked too hard over the last couple of weeks to give this shit up to anybody for anything like that. Right. So we're gonna, we're gonna ride the line, but make sure that we're not getting taken down. But Brandon Young says, because here's the thing, Obafemi and Royce Keys, I think he means, is going to dominate everyone once their championship. Good luck with that. We're going to talk about the Obafemi Opa Challenge thing because that shit is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, boy.
Sick guy says, I can't stand Rhea Ripley, but she makes a lot of money for them. You don't like Mommy?
And Mommy,
Daggy, what's up, buddy? He says, bring back real wrestling.
Yes.
Listen, Daggy wants that Greco-Roman.
Mommy makes money. She brings money in. Me personally, it's the safe bet. They're not confident in any other wrestler in the back that will hold the chair. After Jay Cargill, they gave it back to her. So you can see Mommy holding that belt for a little bit until SummerSlam. And until somebody comes back, you got a few wrestlers that might be making come back. What's her name? Jimmy's wife. What's her name?
Naomi.
At the end of the year, she had the baby. She's working out again. She's working out again. So kind of scheme maybe a SummerSlam.
SummerSlam would be a year, right?
Yeah, or maybe Survivor Series, depending on how things turn out.
I love Asuka Chan and Io Sky Chan.
Yes, listen. I like them, but I think now I don't think they're after. Look, I love Io Sky, but I don't think they're gonna put the belt on her anymore. I think she's more gonna be a mid card now. Asuka probably a mid card down the road. Personally, I think since since Sari Singh is on, I think that maybe down the road they might become tag team partners after this give or take feud that they're having. This little feud, who knows? But
I hope they mix
Did you
it up a
see
little better.
They're
than that.
speculating that they might bring Kairi Sane back? The
Just
noise is so loud at
bring
TKO that they might bring Kairi Sane back
to finish
just for one appearance at Backlash to end the story.
Yeah, that is so ridiculous. Bring her back and keep her.
I think I said it last week. They should have finished it at WrestleMania if they knew they were going to cut her. If they really wanted to finish the story, they should have done it at WrestleMania. Obviously,
they, hey, listen, hey, Brandon, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I have a place in my heart for them too. It's just sad because, like I said, I really don't want to talk about the negative parts, but there's so many negative parts that are going down with WWE, man, as a brand, man. Between the writers, creative, TKO meddling, all these releases, it really, really brings a damper down on something. And on top of that, content creators that make wrestling better, that actually puts the asses in seats, that makes the brand better by doing their reaction videos, bringing people in, do all these things. You cut them and you shut them down. That's not
people
fair.
Like us. It's people like, yes, we're a small channel, but it's people like us within the community who talk up the product, be it WWE, AEW, or all TNA, AEW, whatever the brand is that you're watching, independent. There's people out there who focus solely on like a local independent. We're the people who are talking up your crap, whether good, bad. You got to take it because you're the one putting it out. Exactly. We're the ones talking about it. You guys are just doing it, and that's the most important part. But we're doing an important part too because we're keeping it rolling. We're keeping it. Once you go off the air, we're coming on the air to talk about it.
Exactly. And like I said, I want the content creators and the people who talk about wrestling to talk about really cool stuff. I want us to talk about what a fantastic match. Oh, did you see that? Oh, this is great. I love the story. I love the story where it's going. I want to be talking about stuff like that. And you're right. Hey, so Comrie, I know the positive note. The Backlash could be better than WrestleMania. We could have a pretty good Backlash.
We got 5 matches.
You're gonna get 5 matches, double the commercials, and you're giving half of your main event away for free. You're giving half your PLA, an hour of your PLE away for free. That's at least 2 of the 5 matches away for free because they're going to be on ESPN proper. Why are you expecting people to pay? Now you're asking people to pay $30 a month for your premium programming, and you're giving away half of the pay-per-view at 5 matches for free. So now at a 5-match pay-per-view, you're asking people to pay $30 a month for 3 matches. 3 fucking matches.
Yeah.
What are we kidding here with this? Like, it's just frustrating that when Vince owned this company, and don't get it twisted, Vince is a fucking scumbag for what he did. All right. But he was a businessman. At the end of the day, personal feelings about Vince aside, he was about the business. He was about the families. He wanted to make sure that professional wrestling was accessible for the fans, not celebrities.
$9.99 for the damn for the channel.
WWE Network.
All the pay-per-views. $9.99.
And now we got, hey, brother, we're gonna start using AI because the more we use AI, we could start slowly dwindling down the writers we already pay. So we could get AI, put a couple prompts in, wrestler A versus wrestler B with this, give it to me. They can get a ChatGPT, can spit them out some garbage. They can hand it to one underpaid writer who's going to touch it up a little bit, and away they go.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't get it. They generated I just saw something that said between TKO brass, that's Nick Khan, Ari Emanuel, Dana White, They've generated $1.2 billion in cash flow last year.
Crazy guy.
And we have to cut wrestlers. I get it. Cuts need to be made because you got to bring up NXT guys. You got to bring in people you're using and let go of people you're not using.
We expected that, though. We expected cuts.
Yeah, absolutely. Every year we expect cuts. The cuts are not the problem. It's the lack of transparency. It's the way it's being done. It's the reasons it's being done. And then you turn around and tote, oh, well, fuck, we're going to give Nick Khan a new deal, and he's going to make, go from making $3 to $8 million, but we can't afford to pay this one wrestler $100,000 a year.
Yep.
We're going to ask our top talent to take a 50% pay cut so we can pay the people who aren't even on TV.
Yep.
The billionaires sitting up on their fat, cushy asses who don't even know a lick about professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Eating grapes.
Come on, man.
Yep.
There's a reason why. And the sad fact of the matter is WWE is not the end all be all out there. There is so much good indie professional wrestling out there right now that I'm here to tell you, if you want to spend your money on professional wrestling, go out to an indie show. Go check out House of Glory. Go check out, G of H or not G of H. I'm so fired up. My fucking brain is dying.
GLW?
Yes. Go check out House of Glory. Go check out the fucking Juggalo wrestling, for God's sake. There's so much, or GCW. There's so much better professional wrestling out there on the indie scene.
Mm-hmm.
And these wrestlers are going to walk because they know that. They see Shotzi Blackheart. They see Karrion Kross. They see Charlie, a.k.a. Dakota Kai. They see all these people. You look at one of the biggest names on the indie scene right now. Yeah, he's part of the Anawani family. Is Zilla Fatu.
Yep.
And he's only been wrestling for what? 2, 3, 4 years?
We'll be talking about him a little bit later because there's a lot of speculation.
The main one. Look at he's having to do a little bit more self-promo, but look at how Enzo Amore is doing.
Yeah.
He's talked about more than Big Bill is, aka his former tag team partner in AEW. And then you get guys who people are dying to see, that like Ricky Saints, and he gets and we're going to talk about this later, but gets an absolutely shit bag for his debut on SmackDown.
Yep.
Exactly, Zaggy.
There is. You also have the BYW, backyard wrestling. Somebody's backyard. Definitely. Yeah. A lot of good. It happened,
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Brandon. Don't forget they're paying The Rock a lot of money, more than anyone in professional wrestling, and sadly he's not there. For a name, to use the name The Rock alone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they paid him like $90,000 or something like that. Shit.
90 million.
Like $90 million. What for to use the name The Rock?
And it's unfortunate because of all the backlash from the Travis Scott and friggin' John Cena stuff. The Rock does not want to come back. And you know what? And I know a lot of people, the hell with The Rock, isn't that? But The Rock is entertaining. He makes people spend money to see him.
Spectalker Skywalker says, man, we are wrestling fans. We don't have money like that to shell out of our pockets. Like you said, Vince made it affordable and attainable to come to these shows and buy merch.
Exactly.
TKO out here, they damn mind thinking wrestling fans can pay that much money. This ain't the UFC, man. But they do, and they don't care because you know what? You can't pay it, but there's some fucking celebrity that'll come sit there at ringside and pay it. Green shirt guy will go fucking sit there and pay it. Somebody will pay it. Yeah, wrestling at live events is not about the casual wrestling fan anymore, man. You want the casual wrestling fan, you come to shows like this, you go to shows, other YouTube shows, you see what the casual wrestling fan talks about. And I'm not talking about the crazy overreacting channels and things like that. I'm talking about the passionate wrestling fan who's sitting here saying, man, I'm priced out of this shit. I love this shit. I want it better. Do better.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Just do better, man.
I want you to do better by these talent. Don't go signing the New Day, who carried this company on their back for years. Sign them to a new big deal by all intents and purposes. They own it. They deserve it. and then turn around and be like, yo, we need you to take a 50% pay cut. And when they're like, no, we got families, man, we can't do that. Then you're like, all right, bye, walk. If you're going to do that, at least have the decency and the respect for these performers who did so much for you to be like, you know what? We're going to let you go. I understand what you're going to do. And you know what else we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and waive that 90-day non-compete clause. Good luck, man. I hope you kill it out there and let him go. Why are you going to make the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, sit on the sidelines for 90 days? Oh, because you're scared, because you know they're going to go to AEW and absolutely fucking kill it and walk into AEW and be a huge pop.
Look, I understand pay cuts. You could at least told them, listen, take a 25% pay cut, 50%, half the salary. And like I said, everybody's got different salaries, and half a salary to one person may not be that bad, but to another person, it's devastating. So, you're talking about greedy, and every person in TKO made millions of dollars, and you can't pay these professional wrestlers that put their necks in the line every week to bring crowds in there, to make people like the kids cheer and the people go crazy with you, having guys jump off the top of the Raptors and do crazy ass stuff that's definitely you're putting yourself in harm's way all the time to put money in the freaking guys' pockets, the big bosses up there, and you're gonna do this to these guys? Come on. You gotta be better. You got to make better choices. You have to look at the little people out there and say, you know what? Those are the ones that made us popular, that built this brand up. And you got to go back to that basis, because at this point, you're going to have a lot of fans leaving because, like we were talking, there are other options out there. Yes, WWE is what we love, but you know what? We'll sacrifice the love and go elsewhere if you don't start making things happen and making things affordable and having families come and not having to worry about paying $2,000, $3,000 for one night out.
Well, the thing is that us as wrestling fans, we're smart. We're getting hip to their game, because people saw at WrestleMania, they panic. If their ticket prices are not where they want them to be, they panic and they drop ticket prices at the last minute right before the show.
Dropping the ticket prices, that's why half the releases of all the damn guys. Let me tell you something.
25% off for everything. 25% off.
The bomb that was dropped with the wrestlers that were released. You're talking about 30 wrestlers. Wow. 30 wrestlers were released, or freaking.
And well, that's what we know of.
We don't know behind exactly. This. But come on, we haven't heard this many wrestlers being released. I don't think ever. We know 5 here, 8 here, a couple here and there, but 30 plus wrestlers. That's absurd. You friggin' goddamn took away your entire SmackDown roster. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you bring up Ricky Saints and you make the poor dude freaking become a sacrificial lamb, and they hated him because of what happened, to bring in friggin' Gunter to fight Cody, and you had him lose that match. He should have won that match by default and put him on the map. You got to do better. And you, like I said, it's sad that we're seeing this happen, and it's one of two things are going to happen. Either this company is going to fold and fold bad, or they're getting ready to take this and say, you know what, we're done. You can buy this company.
I don't know.
It really feels like they are liquidating assets to try and cook their books to get in a good position to sell the company.
Because they need money.
It's what it feels like.
$300 million or $300 billion they were talking about that they were owing. So
because they still don't see the value in WWE. They think that UFC is this big money maker. They don't see the value in WWE. But the Brandon Young's giving us predictions already. He's saying Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Io Sky, Trick Williams, and Danhausen, John Cena, or Royce Keys winners. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Good. Actually, all right. Final thoughts on this before we move into our off the top rope segment.
I think we talked about. I think we good talk,
Yeah,
good prep
yeah.
on this, bro. We can move forward, but it does.
Yeah, they are. They're still relying on John Cena. Dude, John Cena retired in the beginning of November, and we got like 4 months without John. We didn't even get enough time to like miss him, and they're already.
And I'm gonna tell you this: he's
back.
talking about this huge announcement he's gonna make that he's gonna rock the foundation of WWE.
Well, we're gonna talk about that, Dom. I don't want you to give anything away. All right, let's move into our off the mat, off the top rope segment. This is where we put 2 minutes on the clock and we give you our fast takes on some of the biggest professional wrestling news in those 2 minutes. And we're going to start with Ricky Saints. And SmackDown, we saw the call up of Ricky Saints. Like I said, he got the shit bag on SmackDown. He got a terrible promo written for him. Yep. They put him against his good buddy Cody Rhodes, and then they debut him, have him lose, and then all of a sudden, here comes your boy Gunther out of nowhere. How do you guys feel about Ricky Saints' SmackDown debut, and what are your thoughts on them bringing Gunther up to face Cody Rhodes at presumably Night of Champions?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. That was really messed up in the promo they gave him, and even worse, made him lose. What they should have did was have Gunther come in and a disqualification match, and Ricky Saints could have won.
Yes, he did, Dubba. Yes, he did.
Could have won through the fault of Gunther's interference. You know, that, you know, you screwed up that right there off the bat. And usually wrestlers, when they come up, usually get the win. You know, yes, I understand that it's a normal thing, but you want to change.
Sol Ruka didn't.
Yeah, I know she didn't either. But I'm just saying, but now they're kind of changing the ties. But the whole fact is that she lost because of other tangibles. But they should have been attacked by Gunther. Gunther should have came in, attacked it, freaking disqualification, boom, that's it, and you would have saved Ricky Saints. But he got the loss underneath his belt his opening night in SmackDown.
Yeah, I've got 2 words for you. Carmelo Hayes.
Oh yeah, they did the same thing to Carmelo Hayes.
Yep.
Exactly
Carmelo Hayes. Everyone coming up from NXT recently is getting the Carmelo Hayes treatment. You're gonna lose. You're gonna get like the slow. I wouldn't even call it a slow build because it's like molasses in January. It doesn't move.
Well, you know what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna They're gonna take Ricky Saints and they're gonna put him in a feud with the Miz. Once the Miz is done with Danhausen, it's gonna be Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints and the Miz are gonna be a tag team for like 6 months.
Oh Jesus!
The whole Miz crap is getting old too. He needs to retire too, but. Yeah, you're probably right, unfortunately.
Going back to my question, who loses the title sooner, Roman or Cody?
Cody.
I'm going to say Roman. I think Roman loses on Saturday.
Yeah.
I think Roman loses Saturday.
Yep.
We'll get into that when we do our predictions in a little bit, but
it's Cody.
I think there's a good possibility the way they're talking and the fact that, look, you don't mistakenly advertise your champion for a month of shows and a PLE called Night of Champions and then go, oh shit, we made a mistake. No, Roman's not going to be on TV the month of June at all. Especially when he came out at WrestleMania and said, you're going to be seeing my ass all summer long. Now all of a sudden you're only going to see my ass for the month of May, and then I'm gonna take off right before a PLE called Night of Champions. A PLE where every fucking championship in the company should be on the line.
Must be one of those Australian summers. It's really short.
Yeah, you know, like
it's leap year, but
Ricky Saints.
Leap year.
Yeah, Ricky Saints got the raw deal, man, on SmackDown. He got a shit promo. He got a shit showing against Cody. He fell flat. The crowd wasn't really behind him. They should have done what they're doing with Blake Monroe for him. They should have given him a couple vignettes, a couple promos before they threw him in the ring with Cody because they got nobody else. So if you're going to try and build a star, you got to put it on Cody to make that man a star. And Cody kind of dropped the ball on Ricky. Ricky kind of dropped the ball. Creative, if we're being honest, really fucking dropped the ball when it came to Ricky Saints on SmackDown. And like you said, moving Gunther over there, that's presumably what your main event is going to be for Night of Champions. is Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the WWE Championship.
Mhm.
I see potentially somebody costing Gunther that match or interfering.
Don't cook yet.
That's the thing. That's the only way, because now, like I said, you took away his gimmick of the Legend Killer. You took away that stuff. Now, if he loses to Cody, the whole buildup between Obafemi that's going to fight, the way I kept saying it, that Obafemi is being built up to take down Gunther. You're going to just throw it all away. And the big bad Gunther is no longer.
Brandon says, Randy taking the title off Cody, not Gunther. But if I was booking it, I would give LA Knight versus Gunther versus Cody Rhodes versus Randy at Clash in Italy for the title, and Randy Orton wins. We don't know how Randy Orton's going to be out, how long he's going to be out with a supposed back injury. And we don't know what's going on with LA Knight. There's a lot of rumors flying around the IWC that LA Knight was released, and they're just not talking about it yet. If you weren't here at the beginning of the show, I think LA Knight is the big name that they asked to take a pay cut, and they didn't want to say, because if you listen to the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in his show over on the Coach and Bro, he says he knows who it is, and it would make people disappointed if the news ever came out that that's who it was. And I fully feel like it was LA Knight.
Yep.
That was asked to take a pay cut, and because of the way the fans are behind him and they keep treating him, I think that's why they're saying it would disappoint a lot of people to find out that that's who it was.
When was the last time he actually won a match? Besides the WrestleMania, by himself. I mean, by himself.
Tag team match.
Yeah, but I mean by himself. It's been a while since because he's taken pins. He's disqualified or whatever. Yeah, he hasn't been
because he can't.
They haven't won him.
It's like he can't get away from the bloodline. They might as well just release him, because it's going to be just like the Y6. They can't get him away from the bloodline. He's always got to be in the bloodline business or the Vision business now. He went right from feuding with the bloodline to feuding with the Vision. So up next, Danhausen's WWE Backlash mystery opponent. There's a lot of speculation flying around the IWC and online about Danhausen's potential mystery opponent. And people are thinking that Michael Cole might have let it slip on Raw on Monday night who Danhausen's mystery opponent may be, as Michael Cole said that it has to be somebody who loves money.
Here comes the money!
That's some speculation running rampant that Shane O'Mac is going to be Danhausen's mystery opponent. Who do you guys see being Danhausen's mystery opponent this weekend? It's CM Punk, right? It's going to be CM Punk.
Well, CM Punk.
I think it's CM Punk.
CM Punk is a name, but Shane McMahon's name has been circulating. So those are the two potential candidates that could be Danhausen's partner. Like, loves money. Well, CM Punk said he's here for the money, too. When he came in, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
I'm here to make money.
Give or take, it could either be Shane or it could be more likely CM Punk. So it's like 75% CM Punk, 25% Shane McMahon.
Double O says, so I don't watch AEW or NXT, and I don't know much about Ricky Saints after this SmackDown debut. I don't care about him at all.
You know what? He's a good wrestler. He's really good. He was good in AEW. The same place that Ethan Page came from. They were both great in AEW, and they were good.
You're thinking of his dad. His dad blew both quads out. Yeah, sliding into the ring.
Yeah, no, I think you say
Brandon thinks it's Royce Keys. I've heard Royce Keys thrown around too. Double says CM Punk makes the most sense.
In a match with Jelly Roll, remember? With Jelly Roll,
yeah. He was in the scrapped match, the tag team match. Jelly Roll and Cody Rhodes versus the Royce Keys. I'm thinking of Jelly Roll, Cody, Pat McAfee, Randy Orton. Because
Jelly Roll was supposed to fight the Miz and Kent Wilson. So that could be that. It could be Royce Keys. It could be. Hey.
Maybe it's Jelly Roll. Maybe Jelly Roll's his tag team partner.
Jelly Roll's never
Danhausen though. It's going to be something ridiculous. I think he's going to try and get John Cena to do it. I think I could see it being R-Truth, honestly.
R-Truth is the championship.
R-Truth, I think,
but he doesn't have.
I think it's going to be a mystery guy.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be someone we haven't seen.
You know what? It's more like look. Let's put it this way: if you're going to go with wrestlers, it's either, it's most likely CM Punk, Royce Keys. Well, actually, Royce Keys makes a lot of sense because, like I said, you put him in the storyline that was supposed to be earlier that didn't happen, so you put him now, and Shane McMahon. You know,
it's not going to be Shane McMahon.
No, Shane McMahon's the wild card. It's a wild card right there. That's
That's right. I remember when Snoop.
I've even seen people speculate that it's going to be Ted DiBiase Jr.
Nah. It's not going to be Ted DiBiase. Nah. It's going to be
maybe it's Ted DiBiase Senior. Maybe it's Senior, the $1 Million Man.
You got a goofy match. It's got to be a goofy ass match right here. Danhausen versus freaking The Miz and Kit Wilson. You gotta, it's gonna be. I'm not saying that CM Punk.
I hope it's just his army of little people again that he brought out.
Oh, that'd be awesome. The midgets.
Oh,
wait a minute. I got it. Sabrina Carpenter.
That would
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, he wanted Sabrina Carpenter to sing his theme music to WrestleMania, so it'd be funny.
It would be funny.
No, if it was somebody from AEW, Sean Ross Sapp would have fucking spoiled that already. We would know that they're being signed already. It's going to be somebody in-house, but I don't think it's going to be a returning Shane McMahon. I think it's going to be... Look, they're trying to get CM Punk on SmackDown, which if they're going to do... If the stories are true with what they're doing with Roman and they're going to end up letting Roman walk, why would you bring CM Punk to SmackDown? Because then you got nobody left on Raw except for Obafemi. But they're trying to bring CM Punk to SmackDown. This is essentially a SmackDown match because, like I said, I think with the way the releases are now, they're going to have some guys that are mainstay on shows like your champions, and then they're going to have some guys that go between, like Danhausen and the Usos and Jacob Fatu. So I think this could potentially be it's going to be CM Punk.
Listen, Jada Parker should be
really good friends.
She should come in and smash everybody.
Pepsi Phil. Listen, the female Dolph Ziggler isn't smashing anybody, all right? And Jade Cargill isn't smashing anybody either.
I said Jada Parker.
I know you did. Double said Jade. Jada Parker, a.k.a. the female Dolph Ziggler, she ain't smashing nobody.
Anyway,
all right?
But you know what? It's going to be somebody goofy. It's going to be like, if it's CM Punk, but see, that's the thing.
His way.
If you can have LA Knight come out. LA Knight. You put him in a goofy ass match.
I hope it's CM Punk.
Hey, how about Orange Cassidy makes it appear?
I'd be cool with that. I'd like
cool. I'd be cool with that too. Orange Cassidy, but he's still tied up in AEW. He's not going anywhere for a while.
Nah, he was just in a match last night with Dax Harwood from FTR. So
it's gonna be the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Up next, Obafemi Open Challenge began on Raw Monday night, and what a fucking disaster this was. Are we done with open challenges yet, WWE? Because you're openly admitting that you have no opponents for this man, and you're just going to parade him out there every week against what? I was ready to throw my remote at the TV when I saw that it was going to be Tozawa, and then I was like, all right, when he swapped out with Otis, I was like, all right, cool. I called this, that we're going to have him, go against these big guys all of a sudden. But then he squashes Otis. So how long is it before they bring in Omos and he squashes Omos? How long is it before he squashes Royce Keys? What are we doing with Obafemi? And are we sick of the open challenges already?
Yes, we are sick of the open challenges. You're right. They don't have anything to do. They don't have any structure. They only have these gimmick matches. I'll call it a gimmick match because that's what it is. Having this open challenge. Who in the back is going to face me? And, Tozawa came out and I almost fell off my chair.
I said, you got to be kidding me.
I literally almost fell off my chair. I was actually doing a Whatnot stream, and people in that Whatnot stream are going to tell you I almost plotzed when Tozawa came out. I'm like, Tozawa, are you freaking kidding me?
And then did we talk about that? We talked about that.
We did. And then Otis took over. I'm like, well, that's better.
When he made the open challenge, watch.
We have a group chat, and when this happened on TV, you can ask Dom and Sticks. I literally texted the group chat and said, "Are you fucking kidding me with this shit?"
Yep.
That was
Like, this is the one problem. He's so over. Obafemi's so over. You got nothing for him to do. but the open challenge thing, it sucks. And on top of that, all those wrestlers you released,
But this is
could have been options that he could have fought down the road until he met somebody big.
Yeah, I agree. He's over, but these open challenge matches are going to just drag him down because that over is going to turn into an under because he's not.
He's going to win them all. So why have the open challenge? Why have? Does
not look good for him.
Freaking goddamn probability that he's going to win them all, and you're going to know. So when he comes out, we're going to get bored. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to lose. He's going to beat them all, and that's the problem. You need some freaking intrigue, some mystery, something that's gonna I gotta watch this. And this is what they do with this guy, and it sucks.
I'll be honest with you. I think Obafemi's first feud, because Brandon's asking that. Let me say who Obafemi's true feud begins. Who will be his first true opponent besides Brock? They're gonna feed him to either Brock Lesnar, or I could see it being 3 people. Well, maybe 4. Brock Lesnar, Gunther, Jacob Fatu, Royce Keys. Those are the big names I see being his big.
Brock Lesnar, I told you, it was supposed to be a trilogy.
But you got to kind of go. But we're taking Brock off the board because I think Brock's done.
I think Gunther's the top.
Them moving Gunther to SmackDown pretty much 100% tells you Brock's out.
Gunther's out.
And them all of a sudden, and that story doesn't make any sense because how does Paul Heyman have any pull to get Gunther moved to SmackDown? How does he have any pull to get Gunther anything other than Brock Lesnar? He's an advocate for
I tell you
Brock
what,
Lesnar.
remember I told you about Paul Heyman becoming a general manager for SmackDown? That rumor that was
versus Aleister Black, huh? Yeah, well, I guess that's what happens when you show up and tell people you don't want to lose, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, dude, I think they're gonna feed him to Roman Reigns sooner than rather than later. But you won't see him feud with Roman Reigns until probably down the line, maybe Royal Rumble.
Or SummerSlam.
They set up SummerSlam. You saw their hat tip to SummerSlam on Raw.
Survivor Series.
No, yeah, maybe Survivor Series, but you saw their hat tip to SummerSlam on Raw. It's going to be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns if they could get Roman's deal done.
Yeah.
That's their SummerSlam match is what their original WrestleMania main event was going to be. It's going to be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the WWE champion or for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't know.
If they whatever their something obviously something is going on with Roman. There's some smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's something there because Roman threw shade at TKO and made comment about it on Raw in his promo. They're not. He said, "I'm not. I'm not negotiating with them. They're negotiating with me."
Yep.
And then Raw. Was it just me or did it feel like Raw was shorter this week by 30 minutes? And then Roman cut a promo after Raw went off the air.
Yep.
It tells me that there's something more to, the rumors that Roman's in the center of this than are actually coming out. So we'll see what happens with Roman. But people are sleeping on Braun Breaker. Yeah, but Braun Breaker's kind of got to stop dropping himself on his own head before he can get anywhere. He's got to stop hurting himself before they could really. It's to the point where I think that creative is kind of weary of Braun Breaker because A, he can't stop hurting himself, or B, he can't stop getting hurt. So they got to be able to trust him that he's going to be there to actually put him in a major feud again. So I think we're going to kind of see them slowly work Braun Breaker into things down the line. I would love to see Braun Breaker versus Obafemi. That'd be fantastic too, but I think they're going to try and feed Obafemi to the big names right off the bat to keep that mystique. And unfortunately, we're going to see him squash a bunch of dudes in open challenges week after week after week up until they decide to put him in a real feud.
Yep, Braun does need to win the other world title first. Yeah, which that's going to probably be much longer than expected now. Who knows? There's so many different things happening at once.
But, all right. Moving on here to our next John Cena's WWE Backlash 2026 announcement to be a shock. The very foundation of WWE. Boys, what do we think? What do we think John Cena's earth-shattering announcement is going to be?
I believe he's going to be a shareholder in TKO.
I think it's just Club WWE. I think they're going to announce the launch date and price for Club WWE.
Man.
And
that's a good guess, actually.
People are going to eat that shit up. Or it's either that or it's going to be the announcement of the WrestleMania 2028 location.
2028?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
WrestleMania 43.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It could be that or like I said, a shareholder for TKO. He's going to be...
I think it's either going to be Club WWE or the WrestleMania 44 location, and I hope it is London. But there's been a lot of speculation that Ireland is making a big push for it now, and that Nashville is making a big push for it. So, dude, if you're going to give a PLE to Saudi before you give it to London, man, they should just give it to London and let it ride. Imagine how crazy it would be to watch WrestleMania at Wembley.
I'll tell you what, man. If it goes to Nashville, right? Let's all go.
I would go.
I would try to go if it was in London.
You know what? In London's too. That's 2028. We got a couple of years ago, so definitely can save the date and go.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of cool.
But I think it's going to be an announcement for London because John Cena came out and said we need to get a pay-per-view, we need to get a WrestleMania in London, right? He started all this, so why not have him announce where it's going to be? And that's where the shaking the foundation of WWE is finally announcing WWE WrestleMania 44 Wembley Stadium.
All kidding aside, it could be I purchased WWE.
He can't afford WWE.
I know. You can't.
He is still very good with Vince, so you get him and a couple Saudi investors, and but people are thinking Saudi Arabia is running out of money to do this shit because they're bailing on the live golf stuff. So, and WWE and TKO are questioning their partnerships with the Saudis, and the Saudis had to reassure them, no, we're good. We're still very much invested in you for years to come. But the backing out of the live stuff doesn't look good for them, but. I really have a feeling that it's either the Club WWE stuff or the WrestleMania location.
Hey, well, listen. Hey,
I like those two.
I just got an announcement. It says Atlantic City, Monday, June 29th. There's 2 shows one night, Raw, SmackDown, Atlantic City. Just announced.
Yeah, they're doing a SmackDown on a Tuesday night in England, I think it is. Yeah. I saw that in June. They're going to have a Raw Monday night and then SmackDown Tuesday night. So you won't have a Friday night SmackDown. You're going to have a Tuesday night SmackDown.
That's kind of crazy.
Our last story here on Off the Top Rope is centering around Bleacher Report dropped their WWE top 10 ranking before Backlash 2026. I'm going to go over this top 10 ranking. But first, who do you boys think was in the top 10 and where do you think they ranked?
Gunther.
Where do you put him?
Gunther is not in the top 10.
No? Oh, shit. Hey.
Here, I'll do it. Bleacher Report's top 10. Top 10 men. Roman Reigns, number 1. Cody Rhodes, number 2. Jacob Fatu, 3. Penta, 4. Trick Williams, 5. Obafemi, 6. Braun Breaker, 7. Finn Balor, 8. Ethan Page, 9. Seth Rollins, 10. CM Punk.
Wait. Seth Rollins is 10?
Seth Rollins is 10.
My boy Ethan Page made the list higher than Seth Rollins?
At number 9, yep.
Holy shit.
I think putting Trick Williams at 5 over Obafemi is blasphemy.
Yep.
I think putting Braun Breaker in there over CM Punk is blasphemy. Finn Balor being in there right now over CM Punk is blasphemy.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's their top 10.
Wow. With
the women's, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, Io Sky, Asuka, JC Jane, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vakir, Jade Cargill. What do you boys think of the top 10 list for Bleacher Report? And explain to me why you're going to put JC Jane in there
already
over some of this other talent.
Well, you know why? JC Jane just came out
list,
with Nuclear Noise, dude. She is villainous. So he came out and fans hate her, and that's great. She got the dominant.
Been 3 weeks.
I know.
How are we going to put her? Well, really, she's only been there 2 weeks. How are we going to put her on a top 10 list
of what she did in NXT
for 3 weeks?
I don't know.
Like,
yeah.
Well, Tiffany, you know what? Tiffany is going through some stuff. Her mind is not on wrestling anymore like it was. She's looking to go to Hollywood. She wants to do Hollywood stuff, and so probably in the next couple of years, she's going to phase herself out of wrestling. She's not going to do wrestling anymore.
Nah, I don't think it's Hollywood. I think she's wrapped up in this new boyfriend she's just coming back from that injury. I think that
she said she wants to do Hollywood.
Aren't as high on her as they were. But
yeah, as soon as Bianca comes back, she'll probably be the next one out. You know what I mean?
Some of like the other women talent blows my mind. JC Jade's done great work since she's come back, but since she's been called up, I'm not a fan of her. I was not in on her. I am now, but I liked her. Dude, that just like top 10 men. I think it would be Roman dude, I don't even like Roman at 1. I don't even like Cody at 2 right now. Like, you have Obafemi, you have Braun Breaker in there and Finn Balor in there over the likes of Drew McIntyre. You have Ethan Page in there over the likes of Drew McIntyre.
Yo, I know. Yo,
there's no Javon Evans on this.
Right.
Like, this ranking is absolutely
asinine.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
There you go.
That's a good word.
Let us know in the comment section below or in the chat, what would your top 10 men in WWE be right now and your top 10 women in WWE right now? Like I said, I don't even know if I could put Roman 1 and Cody 2. Well, like, I guess you do because they're the champions.
Yo, you put Roman over Cody. Cody's damn more. Roman still has that mystique. He still has that
part-time.
And you know what's funny? They put him as number 1 and they hire him, but they don't want to give him money. They want to goddamn
There you go, Dubba. 1 Danhausen, 2 Obafemi, 3 Javon, 4 CM Punk. How do you have Finn Balor or Ethan Page on there over Danhausen?
Don't talk about Ethan Page like that, man. And have Seth Rollins number 10. Seth Rollins should be higher.
Yeah, your number 1 draw right now in Danhausen.
Danhausen,
your merch sale king,
Danhausen. You are cursed.
Zaggy's an old head. Number 1 Hulk Hogan, get out of here. Number 2 Stone Cold, 3 Undertaker, 4 Rock.
True. Hey, I would have Eugene as 5 and freaking goddamn Brother
Eugene
at 6.
I would have Val Venus at 7 and Snitsky there at 8.
Snitsky.
Wow.
Remember Snitsky? Wasn't Snitsky the one that got the Michael Cole in the back? Oh no, who they had in the back when he was like behind him?
Was it Nails?
In that one scene where he was like talking to the guy and it looked kind of like a sexual
or you have Luke Gallows back there when he was what was his name when he was like brain dead?
What the hell? Yeah.
When he was like
was it Nails? Wasn't it Nails or something like that? He just did that for an independent wrestling too. He brought that character back.
Oh Jesus, Snitsky! I can't believe you brought up Snitsky.
Yeah, every time the bell rang, he would go nuts.
Val Venus.
What was his Festus? Thank you, Smack Talker. Festus,
yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh God.
Brandon says WrestleMania 44 Nashville, WrestleMania 45 London, WrestleMania 46 Indianapolis, WrestleMania 47 Atlanta, Georgia, WrestleMania 48 Paris, France, WrestleMania 49 New Orleans. Fucking poor New Orleans, man. They got the shaft there.
Yeah, they did.
Oh God.
Hey, we're gonna give it to New Orleans. Oh wait, No, we're not. We're going back to
WrestleMania 50 should be in Madison Square Garden. And I think Madison Square Garden, when they get the new, supposedly they're moving Madison Square Garden to Jersey, which is kind of crazy, which I don't know because they're making room for like a new train system, what they're saying. But WrestleMania 50
Who said that?
WrestleMania,
how are you going to move a whole building?
No, they're going to rebuild it someplace else. But WrestleMania 50 should be in Madison Square Garden.
They're actually going to make it a square this time instead of circular.
Circular.
But yes, it would make sense to have
Kind of
50 back in Madison Square Garden where it all started.
Yep.
Yeah, that I agree with.
The ultimate.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But knowing, Sid Comrade has it right. WrestleMania 44 Vegas, WrestleMania 45 Vegas, WrestleMania 46 Vegas, and so on and so on and so on.
That's good. Vegas.
Honest question: do you all think New Orleans would have made the money if they didn't move WrestleMania to Vegas? Absolutely, they would have.
Yeah, they would.
I think absolutely they would have.
You have to have WrestleMania when the Mardi Gras is going on. That's when you have a lot of money.
I don't know if WWE goes back to Vegas again after the craziness of the hotel stuff.
I know, but they still made a lot of money in Vegas. That's
I know.
Thing.
I know.
I can see them going back to Vegas down the road sometime. Yeah. Not anytime soon. Maybe WrestleMania 51.
I will say that there was half hotel problems, and the other half was the fandom problem.
Because WrestleMania 50 will be a 2-weekend event.
Yeah, because fans nowadays are just too far trying to get close to these guys, and they don't need to.
$40 to $50 for a bottle of water, man. You got to be kidding.
Yeah, but paying $50 for a bottle of water doesn't give you the right to walk up to the wrestler and demand an autograph just because they're going into their hotel room in the lobby of the hotel. If they're outside of the hotel, that's one thing. Once you're inside that hotel, see ya. You shouldn't even be talking to the guy.
I got a couple. I got one or two. Well, what we've been talking about.
All right, yeah, it's that time of the show where we're going to release our resident dirt merchant on the scene, Mr. Dirty Dom himself, and he's going to give you all the happenings on the rumor mill in Dirty Dom's dirt sheets. Dom, what are the dirt sheets speaking on this week?
Well, basically, off the bat, we were talking about, the TKO and the pay cuts are rocking the whole wrestling foundation and dirt sheets out there. Who's next to get released? Who's the next person to come back? If they're going to bring anybody back? If they're going to reconsider certain things? But that dominates the dirt sheets. But there is one thing that's circulating and making a lot of traction is the emergence of Jacob Fatu. Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu making his appearance at Backlash. That is the big rumor that's been going on through all the circuits. So could we expect Zilla Fatu to make his WWE debut and help Roman Reigns, or help Jacob Fatu win gold?
I see Zilla coming to WWE sooner rather than later, but I think right now Zilla has a lot of indie dates booked right now, and I think he's going to leave a lot of money on the table going to WWE, unless WWE is going to pay him a certain amount of money to come. I think he's leaving a lot of money on the table by leaving these indie dates, because you got to think he could sell his own merch there. Autographs, photos, everything like that. Promoters are going to pay him money to come. He's a world champion right now in House of Glory. I just
lose the belt to he left one of the belts to Karrion Kross. Did he lose?
Yeah, but he's still got a House of Glory title. I can't remember what they call it right now. But he just had a match against Brody Lee.
Yep.
At House of Glory over WrestleMania weekend. I think I don't see Zilla Fatu come into WWE at Backlash.
So apparently there was other rumors that Paul Heyman talking to him. So I don't know. Hey, like I said, you think that he makes the debut, shows up, and then finishes his obligations to the indie scene, and then comes back later on.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa and Hikuleo, aka Tala Tonga, cost Jacob Fatu. Great, another bloodline member.
do you really think WWE would sign him and then still let him go do his indie spots?
No.
I don't think they'll sign him, but he can show up in WWE without.
He's not going to show up if they don't sign him.
He can.
I mean, if they're you got a better chance of Kairi Sane showing up for a one night finish to her story than you do Zilla Fatu showing up without on a one night contract, because then it's just going to be speculation and run rampant that people are going to want to see him there. I want to see him there. I love Zilla. I go out of my way to watch Zilla matches online. Like, I love that House of Glory put his match against Brody Lee online after the event.
Yeah.
That was a good match.
Kicked around the idea of subscribing to Thriller so I could watch House of Glory stuff, because what House of Glory is doing right now is way more interesting than anything WWE's doing. So,
well,
I don't know, but I just don't see Zilla coming just yet. I think it's a possibility, but I don't see it happen. And it could be to help Jacob, but I think we're gonna get a little bit more to this Jacob stuff than one and done. But I think Jacob, if he loses to Roman on Saturday, he's going to be in the rear view for a little bit, and his feud is going to be somewhere else. It is probably going to be Solo Sikoa.
Yeah. So that's about it. There's really nothing else floating around.
You should look him up. He's the son of Rikishi, or not Rikishi, of Umaga.
Umaga son. Yep. Yeah. So like I said, the biggest part of the Dirty Dom sheets is this week is the TKO and the pay cuts and stuff like that. That's dominating the rumor mills and all the stuff and speculation who else might get released or cut. So, and I said the only other thing was the Zilla Fatu stuff that's been getting a lot of traction. That's about it. And you know what? You're right. Why bring in Zilla when you have Solo and Talatanga, right? The other Tonga. And you have them to come in to interfere in bloodline matters and make so could be, but like I said,
we lost two of them.
Heyman did say that there's going to be some big surprises in store for Backlash. And then again, I hate when people say that, because then the big surprises might not get.
Surprises.
It's like the new era. Every time freaking Triple H, it's a new era, a new beginning.
He says that every 6 months.
Yeah, they gave Evil made his debut in NXT, and they gave him such a bad name.
Man. But yeah, that's about it with that the rumor mills today. Hopefully we get some more stuff down the road.
Yeah, I do agree that the releases and things going on with TKO have been dominating the talk.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of like other breaking news going on. It is a lot of that and a lot of the speculation of who else could be released, and it's a lot of people talking about the debut of Izzy Rain and Evil and Mason.
Izzy had she had a great debut.
And again, like Vic Joe, the commentary team on NXT had no idea who Mason Rook was until he had to know Micah promo.
Is that a fan? Is that a fan?
No Micah promo and be like, Mason Rook is at NXT. But oh well, what are you gonna do, right? Yeah. But all right, let's get into our 3 count. 3 count is where we review the shows that took place this week, where we review SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and AEW Dynamite, if any of us have watched Dynamite, and we give our best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking moments of the night. And we're going to go ahead and start with SmackDown, and I'm going to let Dom go first, because Stick seems to have to collect his thoughts. and I don't want to hear, oh well, I wasn't ready for that. So I'm gonna go Dom.
I'm never ready.
Go through Dom, 3 count, SmackDown. Best moment, worst moment. What were they thinking? Moment of the night.
Okay, the worst moment had to be the Ricky Saints and Cody. You know, you don't bring up the outcome. You don't bring up Ricky Saints to bring him up and lose the way he did, and then have Gunther come out of nowhere to lose. I mean, to grab Cody and freaking take him out. That all of a sudden now he has a feud with Cody out of the blue. So I didn't like that. The best moment, I think the best moment was I like, JC Jane and Charlotte Flair. JC Jane getting a win over Charlotte Flair. I kind of I like that because she's really over with the fans, and they hate Colin. They really hate JC Jane, which is great for her to be a villain and stuff like that. And what were they thinking? Just they have nobody on SmackDown. If you really think about it, they have nobody on SmackDown, man. I do like the Blake Monroe, the little promos of Blake Monroe, eventually when she comes, but
they're talking about her versus Tiffany Stratton right off the bat. Yeah. Are you going to even be able to tell them apart in the ring? They look identical.
I know, but that's going to be fun. We're going to see. It's like twins versus twins. No, but I think just what I think is just the overall that there's nobody on SmackDown. When they're counting on bringing people from Raw over to SmackDown to try to build it in the 3 hours. I know it's going down to 2 hours next month, but just to make show for 3 hours, man, it's kind of when you have nobody there, no like little mid cards or like matches that can really tie up the time for the 3 hours. A lot of back promos, and stuff like that.
Do y'all ever think that WWE would sign back Leo Rush? I know it's a long shot, but I think he's got unfinished business there. No, because they don't really have a cruiserweight division anymore, and I don't think they have any use for him. I like Leo Rush, but he was there twice already and cut twice, wasn't he?
One that I know of.
I know he's been in AEW a couple times. Maybe thinking of AEW, but I think that WWE has a prototypical guy they're looking for now, and they're trying to phase out these smaller.
The one thing I can honestly say with all the cuts of the tag teams, this Fraxium might be able to get some more screen time because they are fantastic tag team.
Against who? There's no tag team.
Against who?
Street Profits.
I know, but I'm just saying. But at least have them, and you can have them show up in Raw. Listen. I think they should just unite the belts, have one tag team, and just go back to the one belt. Instead of having 2 championships, have one belt like they did. Just to put the belts together again, and have one tag team, one champion, and you have the 2 brands go back and forth.
They only have enough. Yes, they barely have enough for one championship.
That's what I'm trying to say. Just have one, because since there's no roster, you make it more interesting because you have more people challenging for things. Because you're done with the brand split. For now. I don't know how long. It's probably done now. I
think it's done.
You're going to have people exclusive to one brand, but they can challenge back and forth to get the belt. Have the belt. It makes things a little bit better.
Their brand is going to be WWE. It's not going to be Raw. It's not going to be SmackDown. It's going to be WWE across the board, and that might even include NXT because we don't have enough people. We still don't have enough people.
But you have a great tag team at Fraxium, and they're out here losing to R-Truth and Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but look at the fact that they've been putting these
tag team.
They've been putting the tag teams like Fraxium and Street Profits. They've been dropping them down to NXT every once in a while to have matches as a test plate. I think say, hey, these guys might be going from here to here to here. You never know where they're going to show up.
Smack Talker Skywalker, I think that honestly, Hank and Tank get eaten alive on the main roster, and so do Dark State. Dark State would be compared to nothing but the Shield. They already are. And so they would just be compared to the Shield, and then Hank and Tank would be nothing more than another Creed brothers. They'd be treated just like the Creed brothers.
Yep.
They should not be called up right now. They're gonna go the same way as Otis and what's his face when they were the blue collar whatever, when they first got
Tucker was it Tucker?
Yeah, Tucker. There you go, Tucker. Yeah. So my best moment of the night, I'm gonna say, is JC Jane winning over Charlotte Flair. Hey, it's nice to see a new face on SmackDown, and JC Jane has got that nuclear heat right now.
Yep.
Putting her over Charlotte is a fantastic idea. I did also like the Jacob Fatu destroying Solo Sikoa and Tonga, and then just basically walking through the Usos like they weren't even there. My worst moment of the night goes to the Gingerbread Man segment with Sami Zayn. Unneeded, absolutely unneeded. We don't, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that we're going to have a funeral for the Gingerbread Man on our go home show before a PLE.
Yep. Hey,
ridiculous.
Also you had Trick Williams become babyface.
Throwing up the X for the Gingerbread Man.
Yep.
And yeah, that's all I hear. That's all I hear, Sticks, whenever they bring in it. It's not my gun drop buttons. Yeah. And then what were they thinking moment of the night for
goddamn that's funny, man. Shrek. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. What were they thinking moment for me is definitely the debut of Ricky Saints. They did Ricky dirty. They should have given Ricky a little bit more to work with.
Yep.
Ricky definitely deserved better. So the Ricky Saints call up or debut, I should say, not the call up, but the debut. Was I mean, listen, Ethan Page got a great debut. Sol Ruka got a great debut. JC Jane got a great debut. And this is what you give for Ricky? Like, man, Blake Monroe is getting like fucking they're saying by SummerSlam she'll be there. So she's getting weeks of vignettes before she debuts, but they rush Ricky.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't get that. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
What do you got, Sticks?
All right, so for my best moment, and now I'm gonna take part of a certain thing. I liked like the opening of Ricky and Cody, but I didn't like the way the match played out.
Yes.
So I like the build up for the match, but not the match itself.
Yep.
So that, worst moment, hands down, it's the gingerbread segment. I mean, that, that's all. That's why I say that, because that's all I could hear. Oh my God, drop butt.
Not the gingerbread man.
That's all I can hear. The damn Shrek, the gingerbread man from Shrek. And then what were they thinking would go back into the Ricky Saints losing his first match coming in?
Yeah.
He's going to be the one of your big stars. What? I get it. Not everyone can win, but don't make him lay out on his first night. Have Gunther in, get that DQ. He doesn't have to lose.
Yep.
Then he comes in after. Why isn't he coming in during the match, getting the disqualification?
Exactly.
Neither of them win.
He should have came in like that. They should have been.
It didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I know I'm not a writer in any way, but God.
But you could write a better story.
You don't want your incoming soon to be top guy. He's going to be one of your top guys in these divisions, and you're gonna plunk him down and
listen. If I was a writer,
have him get pinned.
I would write. If I was a writer, have.
I don't care if Cody's the champion or not.
Like I said, you make Ricky Saints win through the disqualification, or the disqualification doesn't hurt Ricky Saints because
a disqualification would not have hurted Cody. It would not have hurt it. It definitely wouldn't have hurt Ricky Saints coming in on his first match.
They should have just done that double tail turn or that double turn at WrestleMania, man.
Yep.
Stuck with the program with double turn at WrestleMania.
Yep. There you
But good on SmackDown.
Good on SmackDown.
All right, now we're gonna roll into Raw, and I am gonna throw it to you, Sticks. Raw, Sticks. Best moment, worst moment. What were they thinking? Moment of the night.
Best moment is the Fatu Reigns signing. I think that was, you know, the right way to get it going for moving into the week. I don't know. I think it's going to be. I think that's going to be. It will be your best match on Saturday. It's going to be the Fatu versus Reigns. So that's where I go for that. Worst match of the night. Oh man, or worst moment of the night. Okay. Oh, what's the guy's name? What's the general manager's name there?
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce getting bumped and then punched in the face by Becky twice. what is going on?
He's getting more abuse.
If you're not setting him up to have a match somewhere down the road, why are you making him take bumps and getting punched in the face?
I actually liked it right up until Sol Ruka botched her Soul Snatcher, and then WWE has now since edited out of their online content.
Yeah, they have edited it. Yeah. It's just not making sense why you're giving him bumps. There was a time a few months ago when he was getting heat from the Vision, and we thought he was going to have a match against one of the Vision, and that never came to be. That never appeared, and now he's getting to get punched by Becky. I don't know. Maybe that's maybe I should put that in my what are you thinking instead of worst moment, but he's been getting pushed around a lot. Let's see here. And then but my what are you thinking really is having the Creed brothers come out as the El Grande Americano twins again. Like now we got
Los Americanos Hermanos.
Yeah. Now we got 6 of these quagmires running around with masks on and
quagmires. You don't like Los Grandes Americanos Hermanos?
Hermanos,
no.
Americanos Hermanos, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, whatever that means in Spanish, I have no clue. But it was when they came out in the mask. I'm like, are you shitting me? Are you really shitting me here? You're gonna put these guys in masks now? You're really stretching what you're doing with this gimmick. But whatever. That's my what are you thinking? Because I think that's a dumb move on their part. It's great for a laugh if you know, but they're going to lose their masks the same night that Gable loses it come May 30th. So,
Dom, what say you? Best moment, worst moment? What were they thinking? Moment of the night.
I have 2 best moments. One best moment is Seth Rollins staring freaking Roman Reigns in the face. In my way, and looked at each other and go out to do his thing, and Roman was pissed. And you know that's a mock up for something down the road, man. You know that's right there.
So, SummerSlam main event.
So I like that. But the best moment was my boy Ethan Page getting the win over Penta, and he's gonna be next in line to go, and he's gonna win the Intercontinental Championship. That's the next champion right there, Ethan Page. You know him and Rusev are gonna be freaking that was great. And what were they thinking was I felt bad for what was thinking was the whole El Grande Americano freaking thing. You know, 2, what are you thinking? The open challenge that happened. That was what was you thinking? Also, the El Grande Americano. You know, listen, let's repackage them, put mask on them, like you said, put mask on them, and let them run. You know,
I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
You know, so it sucks. So that's my moments for Raw.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Says, if the WWE draft still existed, I'd have Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis finally have a match to see who gets the #1 draft pick for the respective shows. That'd be cool. I'd watch that.
That's a great idea, actually. That's a great idea.
Yeah, what were they thinking moment of the night is hands down the open challenge, because what are we doing with Obafemi? And you're making it a joke by sending Tozawa out there. Even if you do switch it with Otis, you got Otis as a big man, and you might as well have just released Otis and Tozawa because they're not doing anything. You're using them for a joke, and then you have Obafemi essentially squash Otis. You're making Obafemi look real dominant, but we don't need another open challenge, and we don't need Obafemi just squashing guys that you got there. My worst moment of the night is honestly the Joe Hendry, Logan Paul stuff, because do we really need Joe Hendry's rock concert 2 weeks in a row, and he's not saying anything different 2 weeks in a row? Like, there's no creative there. Absolutely none. I like Joe Hendry. I think his shtick is fun. I like his shtick with the Street Profits. And I kind of get this feeling that Seth Rollins like might sort of put together a Vision 2.0 with him and the Street Profits and Joe Hendry. Like there's something.
I don't know who you are.
WWE's building something there.
Yeah.
But my best moment of the night, you know, I want to say it would go to Jacob Fatu. I like the way Raw kicked off. The way Raw opened up was good. The Jacob Fatu contract signing was just too short. Roman did a hell of a promo there, but just the fact that it went real quick and Jacob did everything he could to put the Tonga death grip on Roman again and Roman fight out of it, but he couldn't, was good. But I think the opening, Raw opened real hot, real hot. And then it like, they just poured water on it by having JD McDonough versus Finn Balor as the first match of the night. Like, it just felt like they absolutely poured water over the top of Monday Night Raw with that. So that's what I'm going to go with. NXT. Did either you watch NXT on Tuesday night?
I caught a little bit of it. I seen the Mr. Iguana showed up. I seen Mr. Iguana show up, and I also seen the Lizzie Rain with getting to the big brawl with Zarya and all that stuff that was going on there. Also, I saw the thing with freaking what's the face showing up to Jay Parker and telling you're not doing anything with Parker. You're just you're losing streak. You have a big losing streak.
Yeah, she's the Dolph Ziggler of females, dude. I'm telling you. Nobody in the chat, if you disagree with me, let me hear it. Do you agree with my take that Jada Parker is nothing more than the female version of Dolph Ziggler? Can never win the big one. She gets there, and then the big one comes, and she loses. She's
gonna crush everybody when she gets into the main roster.
Female Dolph Ziggler. She ain't coming to the main roster.
When she gets to the main roster, because Jey Uso's gonna bring her up there.
No, they're gonna end up cutting her. She's gonna get cut.
No, you can't. You can't cut you can't cut her, man.
Just like Shawn Michaels is telling you, like, you got 3 years to get over on NXT or your ass is sent packing, and Jada Parker's got to be there. She's got to be right there because she ain't getting pushed. She shows up on TV and then disappears. It shows up and then disappears. Shows up and different disappears, man. She can't win the big
creative, man.
Zaggy said because she made a bad sandwich for someone, she can't get a win. Can't do it, man. I like the Tony D'Angelo Travion Heights match was good. I don't like the way they're handling the Mason Rook stuff and the evil stuff. I think that their debuts could be a lot better, especially like the way after debuting Mason Rook or Will Coos last week, the way they did. I understand that because nobody really knew who he was. So then you spent all week getting the name out. You had John Cena post. He's big, he's bad. He'll body slam your dad to try to get people interested in Will Coos or Coos. And then, you name him Mason Rook. That's fine. Evil, he cut a promo. He doesn't even show up this week. So the worst moment, I don't think there was really a worst moment on NXT or really a what were they thinking moment. It's just a lot of promo again, man. There's not enough wrestling on NXT. There's a lot of promo. Yeah. I don't know. dude, I'm really am tired of Jada Parker.
No, I'm not.
I am. I want him to really push Zarya. I want to see him do great things with Zarya. What's Evil's new name? Naruko or something like that, or Naruku or something like that. But yeah, that was NXT for me. What about so what about you, Dom? Did you watch enough to?
I said I watched a couple of matches. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but like I said, I saw the match with Mr. Iguana showing up. Coming in, so they still try to push Mr. Iguana. I wonder if WWE is still high on his merchandise sales gimmick. Like I said, watched it to see Lizzie Rain. I really like Lizzie Rain. I think she's gonna be up there. And I love like I said,
I do too. I like her a lot.
I really like the '80s gimmick because that's my shit, man. And it looks like that she might be doing some good things down the road. Putting her in feuds right away and stuff like that, and getting it tested. And I do like her move. I think she has a really cool move. So you're gonna see a lot of good things with her. And other than that, like I said, Tony D'Angelo, that whole thing. I want to see him hold on to the belt for a little bit longer, because he is a good wrestler, and I like him being like not part of the family anymore and just being on his own, doing the thing that he's doing now. So, like I said, just build new stars and make people, if somebody else who made it, didn't know this. I forgot the girl's name. She made a debut last night in NXT. I forgot her name. I'm bad. What the hell, man? Let me see. What the hell's her name?
Who?
A girl. A person made their debut. On hold on. What's her name? I'm trying to.
Was it that? It was the girl from LFG, right?
Yeah, from LFG.
Yeah.
Is it Armstrong? Is it Armstrong?
I can't think of her name. All I've seen her in is memes.
Yeah.
They've been memeing the shit out of her the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Like Powerpuff Girls and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Try to find.
I think it's Callie Armstrong or something like that.
Is it? I'm trying to see what the hell.
Or Carrie Armstrong.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, Carrie Armstrong. I got it. Was it good? No. Is it? Let me see.
Don't bust a blood vessel and bring that down.
Yeah. So.
Dom doesn't need to strain too much.
So they had like one or two more debuts of people that are showing up. So that's a good thing. So like I said, I'm gonna go with the I didn't really watch the whole thing. The worst moments, I really don't. What do they think? The best moments are the more call-ups and stuff like that. Seeing new blood into the product. That's my best moments on the.
It's Micah, isn't it? Micah Lockwood, isn't that what they're calling her?
Yeah, Michael Lockwood, I think. Yeah, I think
in NXT.
But yeah, so the best moments are more of the call-ups and the that are happening and making a new identity for itself. NXT with a lot of new faces, really, between last week and this week.
Breaking news: Fightful Select is stating that the internal expectation of John Cena's tease at Backlash announcement is tied to the upcoming launch of Club WWE.
Okay, there you go.
So there you go. Smack Talker Skywalker says, I hate to admit it, but yeah, she does lose a lot. At first, she was hot, like red hot, 2-3 years ago, and I don't know what happened. I guess they lost faith in her to an extent because she's still on TV. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened to her. Julia happened. Stephanie Bakir happened. Kalani Jordan happened.
Yeah.
Sol Ruka happened. Zarya happened.
Yep.
Blake Monroe happened. There's just other talent that outshine her, man. That's all there is. What about you, Sticks? Did you watch NXT?
I have not watched it yet.
Okay.
I have not watched it yet.
glad we do a wrestling show and two stooges don't
I
watch
do
the
have a life.
product. These two stooges don't watch the product. Last night we had AEW Dynamite and Collision. Did either of you watch Dynamite or Collision last night?
No,
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I'm not an AEW guy.
For me, best moment of the night, I think, was the Orange Cassidy versus Dax Harwood match, because it kind of turned into like an impromptu lumberjack match with all these different tag teams coming out. It was a fun little match. I do like me some Orange Cassidy. I know he's a gimmick and not everyone does, but I do like him. I also liked Darby Allin versus Kevin Knight. I thought that was a good match. What were they thinking last night is, why do we have to have another hair match? We went from Wheeler Yuta losing his hair to now MJF versus Darby Allin in a hair versus title match. Not a fan of that. And the worst moment, I don't know if there was necessarily a worst moment of the night for me on Smack or on AEW. I think it's anything with the Death Riders, because I'm just not high on the Death Riders. I'm kind of over that faction. But that was AEW. But I'll tell you what, AEW last night was a little bit more enjoyable than whatever the fuck WWE gave us on Raw. So I can't complain too much about that. Sticks, hot or cold? What are we on this week for hot or cold?
Well, I didn't know.
Don't have a hot or cold, right?
I didn't have a hot or cold because I didn't think we were going to do it this week because of the Backlash.
All right, cool. We'll skip that. We'll move right on into our Backlash predictions. I'll have to get Eric's. Eric couldn't join us this week. He is our reigning, defending IWC off the mat world heavyweight champion, because he
did great during WrestleMania.
Yeah, he called WrestleMania really well. So now we're gonna do giving our Backlash predictions, and I'm gonna hand it over to Mr. Sticks here to run us through the Backlash card.
Yeah.
Or just give us a bunch of dead air. Either way.
Well, I'm waiting for me. I bet internet's gotta catch up to what's going on in the.
Your internet's got haunted virus, huh?
Yeah. My internet comes directly from what's that? NCL? What is it? The Norwegian? What is it? I don't even know what cruise line it is, but yeah. Match predictions. Here we go. We're gonna go right through Backlash at Tampa, which up until Tuesday wasn't even on WWE.com. Nothing was on WWE.com. You had to search.
Did they finally update it for WWE.com? Yeah. Do we have Backlash on there now?
Yeah, we do have it is official. Backlash is happening on Saturday.
Yeah, that shows you how high they are on that product right there, huh?
I had to really search for like I had to go to their Twitter page or their IG page to get any kind of information of what they were putting out. So,
and chat, feel free to participate. Let us know in the chat who you think takes these matches right along with us.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I'm gonna start putting it out there that if anyone in the chat wants to have their picks put in, I will put your picks in.
You're asking for trouble, Sticks. You're asking. I know. You can't even mathematically calculate our picks correctly. Now you want to add the chat too?
True. Hey, listen. I'll push it out there. I'll give him a hindsight. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, with Paul Heyman in Braun Breaker's corner. That's our first. But I think it's our first matches. What do you think, Matt? Where are we going?
Stone Cold and The Rock.
Stone Cold versus The Rock.
I think they're building towards Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. You have to have Rollins beat Breaker here and put Breaker in his rear view to have Seth put his focus on Roman Reigns and the championship, especially if Roman Reigns isn't going to be at Night of Champions. You have Seth go over. You have Braun put Seth's rear view and do it up, because you're going to have to do a couple more matches between them if you have Braun Breaker beat Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. I was going to say the same thing. I think this feud is going to be one and done after this. I think You got to move them going forward to other things. Right now, like I said, the bigger picture is the Roman Reigns thing. Depending on what happens with this whole contract dispute and what's going on with the dates in June and all these things, and plus besides, you can't have Seth Rollins lose 2 PLEs, man, in a row. You can't. And enough's enough. It's unfortunate that Braun Breaker got hurt and Seth was hurt and all these things. This feud would have been much better down the months before. You're building it up now. They could have built it up to a point where this could have been the WrestleMania match, which would have been really cool. But yeah, Seth is taking this. I'm giving this Seth.
I'm going to tell you. Here's how I see the finish. Seth's going to pull Paul Heyman in the ring, and Breaker is going to go for a spear, and Seth is going to pull Heyman in the way, and Breaker is going to spear Paul Heyman, and as Breaker is distracted, Seth's gonna hit Breaker with a stomp for the 1, 2, 3. End of match.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's how I see it ended.
Hey, okay, there you go. Hey.
Do you want to throw anything in there, Dom, or?
I don't see anybody interfering in this. I don't see. You might get Austin Theory, or if Austin Theory. I'll tell you this. Here, this is gonna happen. Austin Theory and Logan Paul try to help. The Street Profits come in, and they all get on the same page. You see what happened on Monday night? That the Street Profits came in and distract Seth Rollins, and he got speared. It's going to be the other way around. They'll all be on the same page after this. They'll come in after Seth Rollins is getting a little messed up because the referee's going to get knocked out. After that, the referee's going to get knocked out, and all that shenanigans is just going to happen, and they're going to be on the same page. And you're right. Paul Heyman will probably get speared, and then Seth Rollins is going to go for the win with the help of the Street Profits because of what happened with Logan Paul and Austin Theory.
Yeah, I've got Seth winning this as well, and just like Dom said, I don't know if I see the Heyman thing. I won't say the Heyman thing, but I do see Vision coming down, and then Street Profits coming in to negate them.
And Joe Hendry could be there too.
I don't know about Joe. I don't know about Joe.
I'm just saying,
he's too busy writing songs in the back.
I know, but he's having the feud with Logan Paul now, so he'll be
but he's having a lyrical feud.
Look, right now the Street Profits, Seth Rollins has nobody.
I'm Logan Paul. You can't fire me.
Yo, did you see Logan Paul's arms? How jacked he is, man. They're talking about that on the internet.
Yeah.
How much friggin' what is he taking?
Yeah, he's definitely
he's on some sauce. He's on some of that sauce.
Yeah, he's definitely got quite the peds.
We see
going there.
We see Sessanon, maybe D-Ball, who knows?
Those Pokemon packs he's picking up.
Exactly. He's taking the Pokemon shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. He's huge.
The Bulbasaur virus or whatever it is. Pikachu, whatever you want to call it. Pikachu. So yeah, I got Seth going, Vision come down, Street Profits comes in, Breaker gets distracted. Seth will probably give him the stomp for the 1, 2, 3. All right, up next.
I see Tricky Williams winning this.
Yep.
He ain't losing the belt.
Trick Williams and yep. Okay, go ahead, Dom.
This is where you get the switcheroo. That Trick Williams is going to be the good guy and Sammy's the bad guy. Nobody coming in.
You see Little Yachty coming out as the.
You have Little Yachty going to be in the corner because he's the manager, but the whole fact is that it's Trick is winning.
Let me ask you this: WWE is going so stupid and low that we're getting a funeral for a gingerbread man on SmackDown on Friday night. Do you see them going a zombie gingerbread man angle where somebody stumbles out as the dead gingerbread man and attacks Sami Zayn?
Hey, remember Sandman fought the zombie in a WWE match at one time. So there was a zombie in WWE match. So Hey, you know what? Anything's
oh,
possible.
Maybe they have Little Yachty come out as a water bottle and attack Sami Zayn.
I don't know.
But
Maybe the water
I
bottle.
see
Maybe
see
the
Trick
little,
retaining.
maybe the midget Danhausen's come out as bottled waters to attack Sami Zayn. Nah, but yeah, Sammy's losing.
Sammy should bring in Doink.
Going down.
Yeah, I think Trick's retaining.
Yeah, Trick retains. I don't think there's any.
Little Yachty is a gingerbread man.
I guess Lil Yachty could, in some way, distract Zayn. But Trick's there's no way they're gonna put the belt back on Zayn. So Trick retains. All right, up next here. What do we got? That's the Io Sky match. Is that what I got next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have Io Sky win this match because they're trying to get away from this feud as quickly as possible.
Io Sky definitely, and speaking, Sandy's gonna come back for the one night.
I don't think she's coming back for one night. They're not gonna.
If they bring her back in, she's gonna help Io win.
Dude, all the controversy they have around that, and the fact that she basically put him on blast when she came out and said, I didn't walk away from anything. Why would you have her come back for one night? What does it matter? It doesn't matter. This storyline's dead in the water.
It doesn't make sense on their in WWE.
The hood and a mask, and it's going to be her.
No,
they're not going to bring her back because the minute they do, then nobody can be released, and if the fans cry foul hard enough, they're going to be brought back because then you'll have the fans start crying harder for the New Day, and
you know what? And they also written out the freaking they silenced the chants.
Yeah,
you don't do that.
Yeah, they're not.
So
they're not going to bring Kyrie back for one night for this.
Yeah,
if they do, I'll be shocked, but I don't.
If they do that, it's foolish.
Yeah,
but you know what?
They did it. They did it for R-Truth, and they haven't done really anything with it except use it as comedy relief.
Well, he's a tag team champion with Damian Priest.
And they did it for Karrion Kross, and
because they got to use him. They got him on a contract.
So let's put it this way: I'm not going to say who helps her, but Io's winning this. That's it.
Yeah. Io.
Io's
winning this.
Io's going to win. That whole feud or whatever you want to call it was long, and we're not getting any real good payoff of it.
And I hope that we can go back to classic Asuka now. I want to go back to the classic badass NXT when she first came into WWE Asuka. No more of this Kabuki Warriors bullshit.
Yeah.
I want to go back to classic ass kicking Asuka.
I agree. I would agree with that. I would love to see that.
And not for anything, Asuka has a huge car collection. She collects cars. Antique cars.
She does, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And she has a YouTube channel where she eats food.
Eats food, and she also she's a car collector too. So she does a lot of things. So she likes that stuff too.
All right. Roman Reigns or Jacob Fatu?
I'm going to put it out there. Jacob Fatu wins. He wins for one reason. Wait. As much as I want Zilla Fatu to show up, it's definitely going to be Solo Sikoa is going to come there and definitely going to interfere, and Jacob's going to win, and the Usos so this is what's going to happen. Shenanigans is going to happen. Jacob wins. The Usos come out. They double cross. They turn on Roman, and Jacob Fatu and the Usos are going to form their own team.
I hope not. I hope not. Dude, this one's hard for me. Like, I wouldn't. I think that WWE is going to shock the world, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have Jacob win. I mean, my head says Roman. My head says Roman retains. My head says Roman retains, and then they move past Jacob, and that Solo Sikoa cost Jacob the match. And because they keep beating up the MFT, he keeps beating up the MFT. So Solo Sikoa and Talatanga are going to cost him the match, and Roman retains because they're going to build towards Roman Seth at SummerSlam. But the whole contract stuff is very, very iffy. And the whole fact that they sat here and announced Roman was going to be back for the summer, and then you turn around and you say, "Oh, well, no, we had a clerical error. He wasn't supposed to be advertised for any dates."
Yeah, but if we mentioned that too, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I think you get the world talking if you have Jacob Fatu take the belt off Roman Reigns, and nobody wants to see another 3-year Roman title defense.
Well, I don't think we're going to get a 3.
Nobody wants to see, and the bloodline stuff isn't working. The bloodline stuff, they have nothing for the bloodline stuff. We've 3 weeks and nothing. It's stale already. It's dead. No one cares. And I think Jacob Fatu shocks the world, but if he wins, but I'm gonna go with Roman. I'm gonna go Roman. I want to go Jacob so bad. I really want Jacob to win, but I'm gonna go Roman, and I'm gonna go that it's gonna be Solo Sikoa, and I hate that because that means that Jacob's gonna be in another fucking feud with Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say,
and I don't want to see that.
That's what I'm saying. There's gonna be a turn. There's gonna be something.
I would much rather see the Usos. Yeah, look at SmackDown Skywalker. Look at Smack Talker Skywalker doing Dom's job for him. Breaking it 30 minutes ago, Brock Lesnar has officially been moved to the alumni section.
Yep.
Yeah. Not surprised. Get that salary off the books.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna maybe the Usos cost him, but I'm gonna go with Roman retaining, man. But just know, if I will be geeked if Jacob pulls it out.
In
deep contemplation.
I'm in the same boat because I think if by Roman retaining, it would push Jacob into a different situation. Because if he takes the belt, it's Jacob or Solo comes after him for the belt. But if he loses, that might push him to join the MFTs or have some kind of dealing with them to try and bolster him up to get back to a rematch with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, where then he'll win the belt.
Look, I tell you what.
Oh my God.
What?
Dude. Creatively, Jacob winning. Just think about this for a minute. Maybe I'm crazy. Jacob wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Roman loses the title a month after winning it. Okay. Jacob beats Roman. Then you have Roman go on this whole losing thing where he starts questioning everything. I can't, maybe I can't do this without my cousins. Who am I? I have to do this on my own. And he goes away for a while after losing to Jacob, and he loses and have him lose again and just keep losing.
But let me ask you a question. Remember, he never beat Seth Rollins.
Right.
So we have him fight Seth Rollins in SummerSlam and finally win without his cousins.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. You have it to be without the title.
Yes.
But you have him losing and he goes away and comes back, and then you start having this redemption arc and start winning again on his own without his cousins.
Yep.
But Jacob beating him is that catalyst that kind of has him do that downward
off his shoulder. The chip off his shoulder. The ego.
Where he says, you have him lose here, then have him lose another match before June, because they have another Saturday Night Main Event. You have him lose at Saturday Night Main Event to somebody, and then because I think they have a Saturday Night Main Event May 24th or something like that.
Yeah,
you have him lose there too, and then that gives you a reason to take him off TV for months. Because have Roman be like he's walking away because he can't do, he can't win. He's questioning whether he can win without his cousins or not, and then you have him come back and tell him that he wants nothing to do with them. He's going to fly solo and do it on his own. And he's going to go back to before the bloodline stuff when it was just him and Paul Heyman. And then he beats Seth
and he's going to start that kind of road to redemption. It's a great way to shake things up. And you take the title off of him for a couple months, and you make a new star and Jacob Fatu. Let Jacob Fatu carry it.
And then you can have a good feud later on, with people. But think about this: Solo Sikoa and what's Tonga's name? The
Tala Tonga.
Tala Tonga, right?
Yeah, Tala Tonga. Yeah.
Tala Tonga. They have to play. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You have the Usos turn on Roman. You have them become babyface. It's kind of weird. They join Jacob Fatu, the Usos, and then you have Solo making amends with Roman, and have some kind of crazy thing. Have like a double switch. Like I said, something's got to give. Roman definitely go, and that's great creative work right there. Have something like that, and he beats Seth Rollins. Finally gets that chip off his shoulder because it's been a long time, and you can finally end that feud with Seth Rollins. Finally, get the win. Because Seth Rollins at that time, imagine Seth Rollins fighting Jacob Fatu for the belt. That'd be pretty cool. You have that, or you have like I said, Obafemi, fight Jacob Fatu. You have Bronson Reed. So apparently they say Bronson Reed when he comes back, he's gonna feud with Roman. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. These are all like creative things that potentially could happen if the whole contract stuff is taken care of.
Go one further. You could have. Hold on. When is SummerSlam? What's the dates for SummerSlam?
Tomorrow. SummerSlam.
SummerSlam is not tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. SummerSlam is August 28th. Was it 28th?
Is it the end of August? No, it's August 1st.
August 1st? Oh,
August 1st and 2nd. So I don't know if there's enough time. Yeah, there is, because you got June. You got the whole month of July. Okay, so you could do what I'm saying, right? You have what, Sticks? You're muted, Sticks.
You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you, Dom. Okay. Thank you, Dom. Hold on. I wanted to point out the Saturday night's main event. You have one May 23rd, and then we have another Saturday night's main event, July 18th.
Okay, perfect. Here you go. You have Roman lose, right? And he starts downing himself, and then he faces off against someone at Saturday night. When is Night of Champions?
When is Night of Champions?
It's in June, right?
I don't know.
I think it's in June. So you have Roman lose there. You have Gunther. You have Roman start going on this losing streak. You have Gunther lose. Or what's up, Eric? You have Jacob beat Roman. Then you have Roman start going on this spiral, right? And then you get to Night of Champions. You have Gunther beat Cody at Night of Champions. And then you do Gunther versus Roman Reigns at a Saturday Night main event.
No.
You have Gunther beat Reigns at Saturday Night main event. And then you start building to SummerSlam, where Roman comes back and he starts looking to Seth and he says, I've never, and Seth is like, you've never beaten me. And Roman starts this thing where he's like, I need to beat you. It's not that I want to beat you. I need to beat you. I need to prove to myself that I could do this without my family. I need to prove to myself that I was able to be a champion without my cousins. And you start this redemption in that at SummerSlam. That's when Roman beats Seth and then starts on his like redemption arc back to the title picture. But I just think you shock the world. You have Jacob beat him, and you have Roman go on this whole
Night of Champions is June 27th.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's right after it's the next week after Saturday Night main event, right?
Right, the week after Saturday night's main event.
Okay.
No, Saturday. We said Saturday main event was May 23rd.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, May 23rd. No,
we also said it was July. Okay, so
the other one's in July. So yeah, you can have Roman challenge Gunther for that title at Saturday Night main event. We all know titles don't change hands at Saturday Night main event. Yeah. And you build back up Roman without the bloodline. You get away from this bloodline bullshit that's already boring.
And then he starts fighting his cousins. He fights his cousins one-on-one, and he beats them all.
You rebuild Roman and make him interesting again.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
What do you think, Eric? Who wins Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, Eric?
I'm going to say Roman on this one.
Ooh, he's just dead ass out there like Roman.
Yeah. Because he's doing this promo tour for the Street Fighter movie. Same thing with Cody, so that's why they have the titles.
Yeah, but you don't think it's interesting that he said that he's gonna be here all summer, and then all of a sudden WWE is like, oh well, we made a clerical error. He's actually not gonna be here for the month of June, and he's not gonna be on Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, they're just trying to keep him stateside then.
You have, because he's not in any part of the European tour. So I mean, you're gonna have him. I just feel like a Night of Champions, you need to have all titles being defended. And I think Jacob being champion is so much more interesting than continuing Roman being champion. But
true.
I love the continuation of Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns because Bronson did beat Roman at Clash in Paris. There's another one you could rerun that back, but I don't think Bronson Reed's going to be back for a while.
Yes, he won't be back till probably late this year. Because it was a pretty severe injury that takes almost about a year to recover from.
But since Eric jumped on late, let's go back. Eric, who do you see winning Io Sky versus Asuka?
Io.
Io? Eric got Io. What about Trick Williams and Sami Zayn?
Trick.
All right. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker.
That's a tough one. I'm going to say Braun.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm going to think this feud's going to last until SummerSlam, then Seth Rollins will get the payoff on that. Either that or at Clash in Italy.
See, I feel like they teased your SummerSlam main event on Raw Monday night with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. I feel like this. I said that I think Seth's going to win with the caveat that Paul Heyman's going to get involved. Seth's going to pull Paul Heyman in the ring, and Breaker's going to go try to spear Seth, and Seth's going to move, and Breaker's going to hit Heyman instead. And as he's distracted, Seth's going to hit Braun Breaker with a stomp and pin him for the 1, 2, 3.
So I assume you'd picked Jacob for the win over Roman.
I did pick. No, actually, I'm taking Roman.
Okay.
I said I'd rather see Jacob. My head says Roman, but my heart says Jacob. So I went with Roman, but I would be giddy if Jacob won.
So hypothetically, if Jacob did win, do you think he would just lose the belt again on July and just make the Seth Rollins Roman Reigns match for a championship title at SummerSlam then? Or
no, what? I said that I think what I would do if I was creative to shake things up is I would have Jacob beat Roman at Backlash. And then you have Roman go on this losing streak. You have Roman just start losing. And where then you have him.
Oh, fans will be pissed.
Huh?
Fans will be pissed if you see Roman on a losing streak.
Nah, I don't think so.
I do.
You have a nice redemption arc there. You have Roman start losing.
Who would acknowledge a loser? But
that's the thing is that where do you go with him? You have to shake things up because the bloodline stuff is already stale. It's been 3 weeks and it's already stale. Nobody cares. The Usos, the last 2 Monday Night Raws have talked about how they're just there to keep things 100 and make sure things are on the up and up, and they don't even show up in the Raw segment. I think you have Roman lose and you just have him lose at Saturday main event in May, and then he's gone for the month of June, and then he comes back and he's like, I got to prove that I can do this stuff without my cousins, because that's the whole thing. CM Punk said from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, you can't do this without your cousins. You can't do this without your cousins. You've never been able to do this without your cousins. Roman's first night as champion, what does he do? He goes back to his cousins. So you have him lose the match and him distance himself from his cousins, be like, I have to prove that I can do this on my own. And you have him try to challenge Gunther at the Saturday Night Main Event in July, and Gunther beats him. And then he starts this redemption arc where he goes to Seth and calls out Seth for a match at SummerSlam non-title, and tells Seth, because he's never beaten Seth, and he says, it's not that I need to beat you. I have to beat you.
The only caveat is that we just don't know when this feud between Seth Rollins and the Vision's going to end, though.
I think it's one and done here. I think Seth beats Braun Breaker and they move on. Or they're going to move on it. Maybe they'll have one more match at a Saturday Night Main Event, and then they move on.
Or if like Seth gets his click against the Vision, so it depends on what's what. But I think, like I was telling Matt earlier, that the feud should have been, it's unfortunate both guys got hurt.
Yeah.
They missed out the opportunity. This could have been a good long feud if they didn't get hurt. It's just that a lot of the mystique of it is done. Like we don't really care for Seth versus Braun Breaker anymore. Really, like it did before, like when he first got taken out.
So you think that injury killed the momentum?
Yeah. So I think the one and done thing makes a lot of sense, and you can still have the other option when Bronson Reed comes back next, like the end of the year or whatever he comes back, and he does come back with, bring up some things. But I think Seth needs to go and move on to other things. It's getting stale now. Seth. It's like Finn Balor with the
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. That's old. Yeah. Get him away from the Judgment Day. That's it. He beat everybody. That's it. Move him on. It's just that they linger long because creative sucks, man. They don't have anything for these guys.
Dub says, I love what you're saying, Matt, but I feel like you're using way too much of your brain. Bruce Pritchard and Michael Hayes can't comprehend it.
That's true. That's true.
It's just, like I said, these stories are lame. It's like they need fresh ideas. And like I said, Jacob Fatu winning this belt can open up a lot of doors to making fresh feuds and fresh things going on. And then, like I said, you could have Royce Keys come in to start making things happen. Give him a push. Obafemi can fight. Jacob Fatu. So there's a lot of good things. Like Roman, like I said, Roman's going to do his thing. And like I said, we don't even know what's going on with the whole story with the pay cut stuff and the era of that he's not going to be there in June and not a champions. He's not going to be there. So we don't know what the story is with that.
My big thing is, though, if you have Jacob lose, where does Jacob go? In another feud with Solo Sikoa?
Exactly.
Or he just goes back to SmackDown because if he gets the championship, he's going to be on Raw instead.
Yeah.
I think he's on Raw anyways. I think he's going to be on Raw anyways. I think they're secretly shaking things up. I think Jacob Fatu is going to be on Raw and CM Punk's going to SmackDown. So where do you go with Jacob Fatu if he loses to Roman? He goes back. Say he goes back to SmackDown, and then what? Cody's on a collision course with Gunther at Night of Champions. So where does that leave Jacob Fatu? Hunting down the Intercontinental Championship? You got to throw him in the United States Championship? Going to have him go against Trick Williams? Going to have him go?
It'd be interesting.
Fight against? He should absolutely destroy Trick Williams.
Of course.
But Trick Williams does have that heat, have crowd heat though. So
yeah, but
then again, it'll be kind of like a tweener plus. Well, they're both tweeners.
Going to bring back the gingerbread man. Yeah.
R.I.P. to the gingerbread man.
Oh my god. And then what? I can't even think of who has the men's Intercontinental Championship.
I forget. You the guy with freaking Penta.
Oh, it's Penta. Yeah.
Penta, yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Jacob Fatu versus Penta?
No. Penta's losing. Ethan Page. Ethan Page is winning the Intercontinental Championship. That's it. End the story. He's gonna win it.
Yeah. Well, I think if anybody's gonna take it off Penta right now, it's gonna be Javon Evans.
Nah, I think Javon Evans. I think he's not gonna win it yet. Because
you think Rusev's gonna win it off of him?
What's gonna happen is that Rusev's gonna get screwed by Ethan Page because remember the feuds they had in AEW. So, but I don't know. Like I said, it's interesting to speculate this, but to shock the world, Jacob Fatu wins, and you move on to that, and that you can open a lot of doors.
I just think Jacob winning makes things so much more interesting.
Yeah,
it would, but you're asking for too much.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Let me dream my little dreams, damn it.
If wishes came true.
I just think that dude, nobody wants to see Roman hold that belt for 3 years again.
Hold it hostage.
It's not gonna be 3 years, it's just gonna be until summer. After SummerSlam, that's it.
And listen, like I was saying earlier, put the belts, combine the 2 championship belts, the 2 championships, the tag team champions together, have one, because you're not having the brand split anymore. They're going to be going back and forth, so you have more of an opening.
Why not use this title for what it's meant to be used for and to build new stars? So what are you going to have Roman hold it till SummerSlam to where he inevitably fights Seth again and then Seth beats him for it? Or he beats Seth?
That's what I'm trying to say. You have to have Roman versus Seth for no belt. That makes it more interesting. And you have somebody else with the championship. That's it's going to make the match even more interesting. There's no championship on the line. It's just Roman's pride to finally get off the schneid, like you said. That actually makes a lot more sense.
Raw becomes so much more interesting with Jacob as champion and all these people coming after Jacob.
I actually think Roman Reigns is a better wrestler without the belt. I think it opens doors more for Roman, to do a lot of things without the belt. Him chasing the belt is more interesting. Like Cody chasing the belt, more interesting. CM Punk chasing the belt, more interesting. Seth chasing the belt, more interesting. Once they get the championship belt on around them, that's it. Gunther chasing the belt. Those things are more interesting. McIntyre chasing the belt was phenomenal. Until he finally won it for a short time.
This conspiracy thing kind of got old though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they just gave him Sami Zayn's old gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But we'll see. Like I said, Jacob Fatu, your new world champ.
I'm still going with Roman, but I think Jacob is so much more interesting.
I think Roman as well. I don't think you have to worry about this 3-year hostage situation that you think is going to be, but I got Roman in this match.
But but the whole fact is safe. You're playing it safe. That's what's wrong with WWE. They play it safe too much. You got to make some things happen to really get people invested. All the shit that's been going on, they have to do something to get the crowd invested. And
and I think that Roman still being champion makes shit stale because you got nothing for him on Raw, really. You don't know what's going on with fucking LA Knight. We know he's taking the entire month of June off, so then you're gonna come back and you have July to build towards SummerSlam, which is the first of August, and it's a 2-night SummerSlam, so you got to have big matches there.
Exactly.
So you got 1 month, 1 month to build a program.
I kind of wonder if LA Knight took a pay cut or not.
That's who I said. I said
figure out
the name that they're not saying took the pay cut. I think it's LA Knight. 100% think it's LA Knight.
You know what's funny? Because you had the Royce Keys and Jacob Fatu meeting in SmackDown. They're both from the streets. So Jacob Fatu wins the belt. You could have Royce Keys have a feud with Royce Keys. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Royce Keys have a feud with Royce Keys.
I mean, Royce Keys have the feud with Jacob Fatu. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, I'm not perfect.
An interior fight.
Why?
A battle within himself.
Why? So Jacob can just stand there and go yada da mean and shake his head, and Royce Keys can cry.
Yes.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, you already got done with the Angel and Humberto thing, so who else is going to squash?
Snapped them out of existence, huh?
Hey, I'm surprised they're still there as a tag team.
I am too, honestly.
Yeah. All right.
So we got one more match to go through, or we just going to do this one? Yeah.
Danhausen and The Miz.
Hey, you go first, Matt. I mean, Eric. What do you think?
Danhausen plus mystery partner.
Who's his mystery partner?
I'm gonna lie, I would laugh as hell. It's our truth.
I said our truth. Yeah, TKO's profits were up 20-some%. They don't care what we think. I know. I'm aware.
That's true.
I think the whole world is aware now that they don't give a shit what we think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a pretty easy. This should open the show, or just be a filler match in between.
Yeah, I think this will be the intermission match.
The opening match. I think it might be the opening match.
Because if they open with Io and Asuka, I'm gonna be pissed.
No, I think Io and Asuka. So I'm pretty sure that your ESPN proper matches are Io and Asuka and Danhausen
Yes.
versus The Miz.
Yep.
Well, I think they already
Wow.
confirmed one of them, which was not Trick, but Rollins and Breaker is going to be on ESPN.
Really? I would figure
Yeah.
that'd be the co-main event.
They confirmed that Rollins and Breaker is going to be on ESPN too. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, that's interesting.
But I'm not sure what the other match would be, or if it's just going to be that one.
Hey Dubs, this can't be the main event. This is not going to be the main event. If that's the main event, it's a joke.
This should be the main event.
I would laugh.
Hey man,
I
people
don't know if you got
love,
me confused with someone else. or
people
if this is
love
a
some
joke.
Danhausen.
I'm a Fanhausen.
I'm a Fanhausen. I like Danhausen.
Danhausen.
I like Danhausen as well. I also am taking Danhausen, and I think Punk will be his partner. I'm sticking with Punk.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Danhausen and Punk
Pepsi
is his
Phil.
partner.
Good old Pepsi Phil.
You know, it's a little to have CM Punk show up in the squatcher match right here. You know,
It'd be easy work for him, easy money.
I know,
Yeah.
easy money. And the whole fact is that Michael Cole said he likes money. The person that's going to be his partner. You know, we were talking about Shane McMahon. Here comes the money.
Ted
Why would it
DiBiase
be
Jr.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, why would it be
I know,
Shane
that-
McMahon?
But you know what? I think Royce Keys. Royce Keys makes more sense. You know why? Because Royce Keys was supposed to be in the match against these two guys with Jelly Roll, and they changed it. So it's Royce Keys. I'm gonna say Royce Keys.
I mean, they have that AEW connection. I just think that him and Punk and the way he keeps trolling Punk backstage, especially like the autograph signings and all that.
Egan Page.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Pepsi Phil, man.
You know what? It could be, but I think they might have Royce Keys because they gotta have him in some kind of an event eventually, man. Put him in an event. Backlash, you know, do something.
That's true. They do have to have him do something. Let's sit around. That an across the board Danhausen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Of course, Danhausen's gonna win. We're gonna win. Yep. Because remember, the Miz and Kid Wilson are cursed, so they can't figure out they win.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Which puts us to joining us next week as we do our take-home show. As I add up the points to see who will take the championship belt this week.
Congratulations on your big.
Yes,
championship
Eric. If you
win.
didn't know, you won the WrestleMania.
Yep.
Yes,
belt.
Matt informed me. I'm actually happy.
There you go.
There you go. You did good.
Thank you.
You did good.
Yes, you
Thank
did.
you.
And we'll show off this week's belt, as it were. I've updated it a little bit.
Nice.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're half right. You were right. So yeah, it was announced during Raw, I guess, that Trick Williams and Little Yachty will defend the United States Championship against Sami Zayn during the opening hour, and then Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins will also air during the free broadcast window. So you're giving away two big matches,
Yeah,
two of
for free.
yeah.
So Danhausen's gonna be.
Two of your 5 matches for
Yo,
free. And
Danhausen's
then you're
gonna be
asking people to pay $30 to go watch fucking
Io Sky.
Io Sky and Asuka,
Danhausen.
Danhausen and the Miz, and then Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
Wow.
What is
And,
TKO thinking? That's great strategy right there. Man.
You are some fucking absolute geniuses there, TKO and
I'll tell you about
WWE
TKO.
creative.
Asinine.
Absolute fucking geniuses. My God.
Oh boy.
That mystery partner better be a showstopper.
Somebody big. Yeah.
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 It's gonna be
Like-
Gilbert.
It's gonna be Doink the Clown, or it's gonna be
Gilbert.
Brock Lesnar comes
Hornswoggle.
back.
Hornswoggle.
Oh,
That'd be-
with him having the midgets, Hornswoggle kind of makes sense.
Hornswoggle. That makes sense, right?
Hornswoggle would be funny.
That would be funny.
I think it's gonna
Swogglehausen.
be it'll be our truth as Ron Cena instead of
Ron
John
Cena.
Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, no. I don't. think
Jericho's
it's gonna
back in AEW. He's not
be- I
coming
don't.
back.
Yeah, I don't think.
The wee nominal one.
I don't think it's gonna be freaking our truth, man. It's not gonna be our truth at all.
I don't think it'd be our truth.
It's gonna be it's gonna be somebody he's interacted with. So
You
You know what?
people.
You know what? Now, come to think of it, for him to be for the paid part of the PLE, it's got to be someone big, because you would have Danhausen be in the free part just to get the watch that.
that's why I think it's gonna be Pepsi Phil.
Probably Pepsi Phil, but you know what? I'm still gonna stay with
Maybe it's Cody. I don't know. Maybe is Cody
I
even
said
because him and
Sabrina
Cody are
I
friends.
said Sabrina Carpenter before, so I kind of
Sabrina Carpenter.
Maybe
Maybe it's
Lady
Cody.
Gaga.
I
I could see it being Cody, but I don't even know if Cody's. Oh well, he wrestled on SmackDown, so he's obviously cleared. So it
But
could be
then,
Cody.
look, if Cody comes out, that means Gunther's gonna freaking take him out, and they're gonna lose. So you can't have Gunther. You can't have.
Nah, you have
It could be a
Gunther.
post-match. It could be a post-match thing.
Yeah, you could have Gunther choke him out after the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you did with on Friday.
But I think it's gonna be CM Punk.
Yeah, it's gonna be Punk.
And the John Cena thing is gonna be the shake for Club WWE. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. That huge shill.
It's gonna be Raheem.
Right. Yeah, he comes out as Raheem.
Raheem, right? Maybe Cody comes out as Raheem. You don't know.
I mean,
There
he
you go.
embraced it.
Got to defend that championship,
No.
Eric.
Please don't. Yep. All right.
What do you
great.
think about
That's it.
What do you think about all the cuts, Eric?
It sucks, especially when you're already bragging about profits, yet you want to cut people to make more profits, even though you can still charge less for the tickets, but still raise the cost for merch, because they already did that.
Yep.
Yeah, $45 for a T-shirt.
Because
Hell no.
if it, I understand the greed, but you also got to think rationally when you're trying to sell out, stadiums and arenas. If you make it more affordable, you have more options, a chance to sell the merchandise. Because that's my logic of thinking. If you have more people in, you have more chances to sell merch. More merch, more profit.
Well, that's what I question too. Is if some of the people that took a pay cut, if they're offering them more of a cut in merch sales to offset. Otherwise, why would you just take a pay cut?
A 50% salary pay cut.
Yeah. Just for TKO brass to get richer.
But you would have to think that your merch is gonna be selling. Like if you're not gonna take a merch deal if you're not really even selling merch as it is.
They know they're popular though. That's the thing. They know they're popular, so they know they can sell.
Yep. You're right.
Well, I'm talking about anybody. I mean, yes, you big four guys are going to get it.
Look at LA Knight. He hasn't
Yeah.
won a title besides the United States, but even without the title, he's still selling hella merch. Same thing with Danhausen, straight out the gate.
Yeah,
He's still-
Danhausen's wrestled 2 matches or 3 matches, and he's the number one. He sold so well during WrestleMania weekend that Fanatics invited him to Fanatics Fest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they had to restock his T-shirts like 4 times during WrestleMania weekend.
Damn.
So he's a joke, but he sells, and WWE's doing his shtick well. Like
People love
Cody
the comedy
Rhodes
acts.
sells, Rhea Ripley sells. I think EO sells. Dominic Mysterio probably sells good here and in AAA.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe Dominic Mysterio took a pay cut in WWE, and he's getting the kickback on whatever he's doing with AAA on their books. But
Maybe.
where do you think Woods and Kofi end up?
If it's not AEW, then I think it's just retirement or just doing indie shows. That's it.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be AEW.
Because I know it's not going to be TNA. It's
Wait.
maybe
Well, yeah.
MLW.
He already did his time in TNA. Woods
Yeah.
did.
Woods
No, it's
did.
gonna be AEW, man. They're gonna go have their matches with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And,
Oh yeah, because they're super friends. That's why.
yeah, and I don't think that Woods is gonna take the Tyler Breeze deal that they're calling it, where he could just go work only and strictly on the video game side and just do up, down, down.
To be honest, I think after Tyler Breeze's contract's up, he's gonna leave WWE too, and just because I remember when they back in pandemic era, they used to do like Block Party or something like that, where they just streamed and play video games all day. What they think they're gonna do after this is over. But or no, it's just called The Party. My bad.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people speculating that Bailey is also another one that took a pay
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
Also heard rumors that she also might not take that pay cut because she wants to team up with Sasha again or Mercedes Moné.
There's been a long time talking about that. I think see what, like I said, right now I just read something. WWE is done with the cuts and the releases for now, but that big name is still looming. They're talking about. So I don't know what. Like I said, the big name, could be.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's LA Knight. I think he's still there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he took the pay cut.
Yeah.
Because they just don't seem to want to push him.
You should go back to friggin' Dupree. If we can go do the friggin' male maximum models.
So according to WrestleTix, 12,234 out of the 13,737 available tickets have been sold for Backlash in Tampa, with 1,085 moving in the past 3 days.
And they're claiming it's a sellout arena.
Around 1,503 tickets remain available, and the cheapest option has dropped to slightly below $94.95.
Yeah, and apparently I was looking at the SmackDown. They're saying that SmackDown tickets are dropping. $30 tickets, you can get $30. So I think they're listening.
They always wait till the final day to drop it.
Yeah,
they got to listen, man. I'm telling you, man.
So Saturday Night Main Event set for May 23rd at Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That show has sold 9,216 of the 10,320 available tickets, leaving 1,104 still available. Only 183 tickets moved in the past week, and the cheapest available ticket right now is $66.80. No matches have been announced yet so far, as WWE is still focused on Backlash this weekend.
Right.
Well, isn't the July show in Madison Square Garden?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
I'm not going to go to that show. I'm going to see if I. Well,
you're part of the problem, Dom. If
no,
you're
listen,
buying a ticket, you're part of the problem.
We'll be in freaking San Diego.
It's
July
24th. Yep, we will.
Be in San Diego.
Part of the problem, Dom.
Hey, I live right near Madison Square Garden. Well, not near Madison Square Garden. I freaking live in Manhattan, so I can walk there or take a train.
Part of the problem, Dom.
Yeah, walk there and take the train back.
I'll walk there, I'll walk back, man. It's an hour walk from my house. So.
Wow.
I stay in shape.
Yeah, I'm taking the train.
Yeah, dude. If you see the people on the train, man, you don't want to take the damn train, man.
Yeah. There's people no matter whether you're walking or you're taking the train, there's people.
Yeah, you got dumbasses that don't know how to walk. If there were cars, you get into many accidents. Then people on the train, the homeless people, just bad.
Yeah.
How you feeling about the Obafemi Open Challenge, Eric?
I wish it was Tozawa. See what that would have been like.
I I was so upset when he came out. I do not like what they're doing with Obafemi already.
But that European uppercut though on Otis was kind of brutal though.
Yeah, it was. But you have him just squash Otis right off the rip. I don't know.
You didn't like it. You didn't like his tossing of Otis.
I mean, I did, but like I said,
He was like
uppercut was
350.
You were entertained.
not really. I was more like off-putting because when it was Tozawa, I was like, "What the fuck is this shit? Are you fucking kidding me with this?"
I was hoping it would be a 2v1, but
Yeah, a handicap match.
yeah, well, tornado handicap match.
Jericho. But all right, I think you guys got anything else you wanna cover, talk about? Anything else brewing on your mind there, Dom?
No, just about it. Everything. We talked about a lot about the craziness. Other than that, there's nothing else to talk about. I really think that we covered just about everything.
Yeah,
This motherfucker just came back from hernia surgery, and they're talking about Braun Breaker doing a fucking 405 bench press in the gym today. Like
The hernia surgery, freaking you mean shoulder, tricep?
No, Braun Breaker.
Oh, Braun Breaker. Oh, Braun Breaker. Yes, Braun Breaker. Yeah.
Just came back from hernia surgery. And he's out here fucking bench pressing 405 pounds.
Because he's a genetic freak.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's going to blow his shit out again.
Something.
But all right. Well, thanks for hopping in, Eric. That's going to do it for us tonight, guys. If you want more from Dom and Sticks, you can check them out tomorrow night over on Renovision on the Qualified. You can check us out on Saturday night for Saturday's special. You can check out Dom on Renovision Sunday nights on the Star Wars show. You can check out more from Sticks Tuesday nights over on his channel if you're a Doctor Who fan. And as always, you can catch us right back here next Thursday night where we'll be giving our post review of WWE Backlash and figuring out who is the new off the mat IWC champion, or if Eric retains his belt and starts his Roman Reigns-esque
Relax,
run.
guy.
Yeah. His Roman Reigns, put the ones to the sky for Eric as your tribal chief, if he can hold on to that belt. But that's going to do it for us this week. Let us know in the comment section below your match predictions for Backlash and your thoughts on the releases. And do you think LA Knight is the guy that took the pay cut, or do you think it was someone else? Let us know. And with that, Dom, take us out with some words of wisdom, my friend.
All right. If you're ever buying tickets or trying to get something and it sells out,
There you go.
don't be. I should practice what I preach, but at the end of the day, be patient.
Scalp him.
And freaking Star Wars Celebration, I'm pissed. Anyway, be patient because eventually you'll be able to get your tickets or what you need for cheaper. Don't get the FOMO because the FOMO is the worst thing you do. Because if you do buy stuff that for outrageous prices, you're feeding the problem. Don't feed the problem.
Says the guy that just said, I'm going to go to Madison Square Garden to see.
Well, I know, but I didn't say I was going to
Saturday
Madison Square Garden, but I didn't say that I was going to pay crazy ticket prices. I was looking for a cheap ticket price. If I can't go, I can't go. But wait to the last possible minute.
That's
You
good
get it
advice.
cheaper, possibly 9 out of 10 times, you know.
All right. On that note, have a great week, everyone. Rest of your week, everyone. Enjoy SmackDown tomorrow night. Enjoy Backlash. We'll see you guys right back here next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, for a brand new episode of Off the Mat.